What's up, guys? It's Cooper Webb, and you're listening to the MotoXpod.
Hey guys, what's up? This is Aaron Plessinger, and you guys are listening to the MotoXpod.
Save me from myself. My arms and legs are bound like an aging corpse from another world. I'll scream the truth 6 feet underground. Feel the life inside yourself. Watch your enemies dispel. If I can find a way to avoid this fate.
Welcome back to the MotoXpod, episode 385 this week. We've got Red Bull KTM Factory Racing's Aaron Plessinger on the phone and retired, semi-retired, former pro Kyle Chisholm. Not even sure what to call him. Maybe we'll find out tonight. We'll try to talk about what his plans may be or what he hopes to have going on in the near future. But it's going to be a fun show with those guys. As always, the show is presented by Yamaha Motor USA. We'll tell you a little bit more about them in just a moment. In the studio, little disheveled. My co-hosts are all over the place, as I usually am. But tonight, working the cameras, as always, Sky Thompson.
I'm not all over the place.
I mean, dropping phones and trying to calm you down. You having a little mental breakdown because me and TJ were giving you some comments, and you do too.
Okay.
Yeah. No, TJ Smith.
Hey man,
do you feel like we had to talk him off?
Hi, how are you?
Do you feel like we had to talk him off a ledge a little bit?
but I mean it's like normal.
Yeah, I mean,
right.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, glad to be here.
But he's always here. I don't know about on time, but about
he's here at a time.
About the same time.
Sure. Yeah.
It's almost like I work and then I get off of work that job. And
we all work,
but he's here at the same time.
I worked.
Okay.
I worked.
Okay, so he gets now. Okay.
I'm not mad.
He's trying.
What's up, everybody? It's gonna be a fun show. We're gonna hopefully bust some balls as we do. It's what we enjoy doing. We're gonna talk some moto. What else are we gonna do? We're gonna have some special guests towards the end of the show. Not that our main guests aren't special, but we're gonna have Hudson Short on for Turd's Take. We're gonna get an update on his recovery from his pretty significant injuries. If you don't know about that, we'll get to that when he's on. And our good friend Lewis Phillips is going to join. Kind of want to ask him about. He's got some plans tomorrow I want to get into and hear more about, see how he's feeling. I'm pretty excited for him. So, yeah, it's going to be a fun show. Let's see. What do we got? Before we get to Aaron Plessinger here in just a little bit, we just wrapped up with Glendale, Arizona. I'm pretty bummed I didn't get to go. It's the first time I've missed probably in 4 years. It's one of my favorite rounds. But at the end of the day, TJ, I'm kind of not that unhappy that I didn't go now because the racing wasn't that exciting. Now, the results, having Ken get his first win of the season, That's cool. Having the points get all tightened back up because of Eli going down the first turn, it makes going forward really cool. But like the overall racing, there was like no passing. Just wasn't that exciting of a race.
I don't know if I'm going to be the best one to comment on that.
Yeah, because you hate racing.
Well, no, I love racing, but it was a very exciting weekend for me watching the racing.
Oh, because you were watching something else too?
Because we had 2 TVs set up in the living room, one of them playing Redneck Brawl and one of them playing Supercross, and I have not just my opinion that it was amazing. There's other people
I'm sure there were.
Know that it was amazing, right?
Yeah, I was there.
Well, you guys can talk about Redneck Brawl on the Redneck Brawl podcast. We're going to talk about Glendale.
Good idea. There's so many people that watch. We could probably carry a full podcast, but go ahead.
I think every time we bump this table, it moves that laptop. That's why that keeps happening. Anyway, with the results, and Eli losing spots. Now Hunter Lawrence is now the points leader. Are you more excited going into Seattle than say you would have if the trajectory of the season had stayed the same?
I think for me, I was so excited about the idea and the plan and the idea of him winning the championship, Eli, that I kind of wanted him to. And now, in a way, I'm like, oh, it's going to be so hard now. Now, is it going to make it exciting? Maybe a little more. Yes, but it's like I was afraid that once he lost the lead, that I don't know if he's going to be able to, how hard it would be to get it back. Now, this weekend he comes back, he could, everything could go up in the air because of Seattle. But, like, I was actually kind of gutted afterwards because I would have loved to see him carry the red plate.
So you think I think it's 8 points. Let me look here. 8-point deficit now hurts his title chances like significantly.
I think, but not. It's kind of weird how it works. And what I've seen how it works with racers is where he's ahead, and so the guys want to catch him, but they're like, but he's still ahead. But when they're not, it's almost like it fires everybody up. But the door's open.
Yeah,
Like you get Webb.
Kind of like when Jet went out, like everybody like, oh, now we have a chance-ish kind of thing.
Exactly.
Scotty, are you on board with that, or do you have a different opinion?
I think that it's would be different if it was the two different people in front of him. Like, can Kenny? The big question is, can Kenny sustain it? And Hunter hasn't even won a race yet. So I think if that regards, like him being 8 points down is not as significant, and I think he can overcome it. I think the real, who really won the race was Cooper Webb, because now his points lead got smaller to the lead, and now he's closer to the guy. He's ahead of Chase, which you've seen what he can do when he's ahead of Chase, and he's closer to Eli. And I think that if you were to ask him who he would be worried about the most, it'd be those two guys. So the fact that he's right in line with those guys, I think that it kind of, this championship's kind of back to where it's anybody's.
Yeah. Actually, I need to back up and do the Yamaha Motor USA read. This is the Yamaha Motor USA opening chat, and at Yamaha Motor USA, we don't just build motorcycles, we engineer legends. From championship podiums to off-road trails, the YZ platform has defined dirt bike excellence for generations. Whether it's the dominance of the YZ 450F, the YZ 250F, or the beloved YZ 250 two-stroke, every YZ is built for riders who push harder, ride faster, and demand the best. So unleash victory and ride Yamaha. YamahaMotorsports.com. I thank those guys with ambassadors like Chad Reed, Damon Bradshaw, Ryan Villapoto, and Doug Dubach. You really can't go wrong. So back to the opening chat. So I agree with you, Scotty, a little more so than TJ, where if Coop and Chase were in first and second, I think it'd be a little bit more of a struggle for Eli to get back to the lead. But with where things are right now, to me, it's just open game. Everybody is almost back to zero.
Yeah.
I mean, not exactly, but
that's kind of was my point.
Yeah. So I do. That's why I kind of agree with you. Yeah. I think I want to believe that Chase is going to turn this around. If we have another bad weekend in Seattle, we may need to rethink that. I'm not ready to give up on him yet. I'm starting to get a little worried. But points-wise, excitement for the championship. I'm back to like going into A1. We're like, dude, we got a lot of guys that can win. This is exciting. Like, I mean, Prado may get his first win in Seattle. Who knows?
I mean, Chase is doing Chase things, but how much of like percentage do you give it to be Chase or the bike?
I don't know if I want to answer that right now because I feel like
as of right
I'm sorry. What was it again?
The percentage. Okay, Chase is doing Chase things. That he's always been that way.
Okay,
he's always had. Those
I know how
issues.
I want to answer this,
but it can't be a political answer.
No, I think I know how I want. I think I'm good.
What percentage of what's going on with Chase now is the bike versus Chase?
I'm going to go 50-50 right now, which I know that's political, whatever, but I think Chase, we know. I don't want to say he's mentally weak, but he lets things get in his head, right?
Okay.
Certain things bother him. If the bike's not perfect, he kind of emotionally almost struggles. So if he's not confident in the bike, which I'm not sure that he is right now, he definitely doesn't have the bike where he wants it. You can tell that. So he might start losing confidence. So whether the bike's actually the problem or not, if he kind of believes he doesn't have the bike where he wants it, then he's going to struggle. And I don't think he has the bike where he wants it.
Do you give more credence, more than, like, you give 50-50, where if Prado wouldn't have had the problems, you may have been like 75% Chase and 25% bike? You get what I'm saying? Are you giving, like, to me, you have multiple riders struggling with that bike.
Okay.
For whatever reason. So I give more of a percentage to the bike.
See, the way I look at it is it's hard to do a percentage, because when you do a percentage, you're saying it's a percent this thing, it's a percent this thing. That separates it.
Area.
Yeah. That separates it. I think it's one causes the other.
Okay.
So yes, him, like you said, him not being comfortable with the bike causes the mental weakness, which then causes the poor results. But my other side to it, and I said this before the season, I said this last year, and I've said it already at parts of this season. When Jet went out and Chase became the quote unquote fastest guy, that it something happens to him when he knows he's the fastest guy and he's expected to win. It's something happens.
Yeah, that's not what's happening right now.
You don't think so?
No, he doesn't think he's the fastest guy.
Well, he has been until his last week or two.
Yeah.
The beginning of the season.
I don't think that's what it is.
The beginning of the season, he was the fastest guy.
Yeah, I'm going to say that's not what it is.
So you don't think multiple times this?
Are you going to keep asking the same question? I'm telling you what I think.
Yeah.
So he hasn't been fastest qualifier several times.
He has here and there, but overall, I don't know that he even thinks he's the fastest guy. I just don't.
It's
get that
clear
right.
that he's the fastest guy.
Okay, are you saying that he is the fastest guy, or to me, it's more along the lines of the pressure that he's supposed to be the fastest guy?
Yes, both. Yes.
You get
okay. I mean, yeah, there's maybe some pressure there, but
with Jet gone, he's supposed to be the fastest guy.
Yeah.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah, that I can get behind.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's kind of what.
So yeah, y'all quit arguing.
Yeah. So
good for ratings.
I do think. I think that's, but maybe saying 50-50 is not the right way to say it, but I just think it's a little bit of both things that are issues. But I hope he turns it around because, and I believe he will. He's good enough. He should.
Will there be a point where all the pundits of motocross will be like, you can't blame, it's a factory bike. You can't blame the bike, because they were saying that about Prado. Yeah. You can't blame the bike. It's the factory bike. But yet when it comes to Chase, they're just like, I mean, is it going to, will that change? Not because of it being Chase, but now it's two top level racers struggling with a bike. Will there come a point to where they start telling Chase, or saying about Chase, you can't blame the bike. It's a factory bike. They'll do whatever you want. You get what I'm saying?
I'm sure some people will say that. Yeah, for sure.
I'm just because they were saying, everybody was saying the same thing about Prado, and then he's proved them wrong.
Hunter Lawrence, though, in the points lead. That's
awesome.
Pretty cool. Bunch of second places. Steady Eddie, I guess. But I don't believe that's going to win a championship. But honestly, if he keeps getting second every round, like, that's unrealistic. But if he does, then maybe we get a guy that doesn't win a main.
4 in a row?
Even if Tomac wins the next 3, and with him getting second, with the next 2, he can still hold the points lead for 2 more rounds.
Sure.
And that's Tomac having to
win. It's pretty exciting though. I'm stoked for Hunter. You know what? Let's shift gears just for a second.
Okay.
We got a couple minutes before you AP on. I want to thank, as I said, Yamamoto USA, but I also want to give a shout out to, as we've been doing the last couple of weeks, Start Your Systems, Kellen Brower.
That's right.
Tonight at, let me have the read here. I think it's 6:30 Pacific. Bear with me.
The race is really good in that series right now, too.
Yeah, so don't miss MX Simulator Pro Supercross Live on Start Your Systems tonight at 6:30 Pacific. Watch top players in the game go head-to-head as Braden Carter, Seth Carr, and more taking on defending champion Colby Eagland. Live racing, real battles, and intense championship competition. Tune in to Start Your Systems on YouTube to watch around that time, so 8:30 Central Hour Time. We're going to throw it up here on the new TV we got in here so we can check some of that out, have it playing in the background. Yeah. It's going to be pretty cool to check that out. It's apparently some of our listeners, our YouTube guys, did kind of transfer over, and I think we hopefully are getting a little bit of their Start Your Systems viewers on our show.
A rising tide lifts all.
Yeah, so I want to give a shout out to Kellen for kind of helping out with this. What would you call it? What is that called? Partnership? Yeah, collab.
That's right.
Yeah. Also, want to remind you guys, if you're watching on YouTube, thank you. Make sure you like and subscribe. If you're not watching on YouTube, like and subscribe our channel just for the other content. There's a bunch of one-on-one interviews. I just put up a Parker Ross interview that Scotty did at Houston. I think yesterday I put up the Justin Cooper. Maybe 2 days ago I put up the Justin Cooper one-on-one.
Scotty's not terrible at it.
Well, we got some comments on that.
Oh, good.
Yeah. As a matter of fact, that's another little housekeeping thing. We're going to change X-Brand emails to X-Brand comments because I seem to get a lot more Instagram comments than emails, so I want to start using those. So yeah, look forward to that. I've got a few Scotty, maybe 3 Scotty comments we may have to give him some Xanax ahead of time before we get to it.
I'm here. I'm ready for it.
And if you aren't following us or subscribing to our Discord channel, do that. You can do that through MotoXpod.com. Let's work on getting AP on. There's some other stuff I want to get to here in a minute, but anybody other than Sexton in the series you're worried about? Anstey's on. You have always had judgment about him.
Am I not somewhat vindicated? I know he hates me because of the questions I asked him when he came on the show, but am I not, Scotty, vindicated in some way about like basically saying, hey man, like you have been up there and battling and then it seems to fall apart for some reason? Like, I mean,
there has been a recent pattern of this. Yes,
it's not just recent. Has there ever been a pattern that's not that way? Has it ever not done this? No.
Well, in the last 3 years, he's done it.
Like, I don't know if maybe, the 250 doesn't suit him or something. But
maybe we can talk to Lewis about that when Lewis Phillips comes on a little bit later. We got our first guest of the night on, and he's going to be brought to you tonight by Racetech. Racetech, besides suspensions, also known for building a reliable, world-class engine, and it requires a combination of state-of-the-art equipment and experienced, knowledgeable technicians. Racetech provides quality, precision engine services using the best equipment and processes in the industry, well known for supporting the fastest privateers. But did you know, behind the scenes, some of the winningest factory teams also trust Racetech for their industry-leading engine services? Racetech.com. Find your local service center. Tonight, Racetech brings us from the Red Bull KTM factory racing team, Aaron Plessinger. What is up, AP?
Yo, not a whole lot, my man. Just, chilling out here in California, my man.
Yeah, I didn't realize you were staying back there. I guess with Seattle, when are you going? Have you been back home at all these first 5?
Unfortunately, no. I was supposed to go back after A2, and I think everybody saw what happened there. So I stayed out here, got treatment by G, and just kind of chilled for that week. And then Houston ended up casing a jump pretty good and got my ankle, and had to stay out here again. And then this week I was always going to stay out here. So no, I haven't seen Florida yet this season.
Has the family been able to stay out with you, or are you solo in it?
Solo pretty much. Ooh. Like we had everybody come out between San Diego and A2, and then they left after A2, and I have just been here.
Oh wow! Well, all right. Well, that's a bummer. With not being away from the family sucks. I don't like that.
Yeah, but it's all in good. It's all in good health now. So it is what it is.
Yeah, you mentioned the A2 over the bars, and then casing the jump in Houston, and then Cooper Webb, the butthole he is, takes you out of A1. Like, I don't know what's going on this year, man, but it's been some rough starts, and not really any of it your fault. I don't know what happened with the case jump, but just freaky things.
Yeah, it's been a rough start. I ended up getting like really, really sick like the Friday before A1, and it stayed around until like Sunday after A2. And then, it's just been one thing after another. And if you know me, I hate making excuses. So it's always easier for me to blame it on myself, which I haven't been able to do for the past couple of weeks. So that's been extremely tough for me. But on a positive note, I have been able to get some really good riding and testing in this week, and since I've been out here, and we're going up to Seattle for some hopefully some rainfall about to happen.
Yeah, I think the forecast has changed back and forth a little bit, but I want to go to the testing thing in a second. But I want one more thing with the way the season has started. We all know you as such a positive guy. But you're human. So I know, everybody gets down or, gets struggles with things. How do you stay positive these first 5 weeks? Like what do you do to find that positivity when things are difficult?
I don't know. I mean, it really, like, as hard as it's been and as tough as it's been, I mean, I guess it just really comes natural to me. And I think it helps that I kind of, when I leave the race, I kind of leave everything there. You know, whether I do good or I do bad, I just I leave everything at the track, and I don't dwell on anything, and I don't really think about, you know, the past. I always just try to move forward, and yeah, I think that's kind of helped me out in this situation, because if I really dwelled on it, I could really lead myself down a dark hole. So yeah, it's just, I mean, you gotta move on, and there's always next weekend, and that's really how I think. And I just think, you know, the West Coast hasn't been too friendly to me. Hopefully until this weekend. Yeah, last year too, for sure. But hopefully, you know, we can turn it around this weekend and turn a new leaf.
So I got Scotty and TJ here in studio. What do you guys think a dark AP looks like?
Like a goth, like when it was Spider-Man went goth.
Oh yeah. Oh, like Venom. Venom.
No, like remember the Spider-Man, one of the movies, like the Peter Parker got all like
got all
guard. They just have him start to come out this next week in all black clothes.
Yeah, like he gets rid of that cowboy hat. He's got black eyeliner on. He's listening to Korn. Yeah. I like it.
Put the cowboy hat up and put the beanie on.
Well,
All
right. I'll bring my corn drumsticks with me. My Ray Luger drumsticks.
Right here. It's in my hand right now.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm on camera.
Yeah.
Got mine too, buddy. Got mine too.
Let's go.
You were talking about like keeping positive or whatever. So when you walk away from the track and you say, because obviously you're riding, and doing moto every day, what do you do on a day-to-day to get away from that? Like, it is every day of your life. So to be able to get out of that mindset, what do you do?
I mean, out here when I don't have really much to do, it's kind of hard, you know. I like going to Dr. G's office and just kind of hanging out, because he talks to me.
That's the most random thing.
I mean, out here,
I'm so lonely. I'm gonna go hang out with my doctor.
He goes and works on the other riders.
He talks to me about just about anything and everything, and kind of gets my mind off of racing.
Yeah.
And then even at the track when we're doing motos and stuff, you know, Frankie's always out there, and he'll talk to me about anything and everything, and it kind of gets my mind off of, you know, bad results or whatever. But really, I'm a gamer. So out here, I'm gaming with the boys, and they always keep me humble for sure.
Okay.
So it's all my best friends from back home, and they never miss a beat. You know?
That's good.
So they're always either talking smack to me or lifting me up. So that kind of gets my mind off of it too.
Nice.
Yeah, Frankie's always going to be at the top of my list. He got me an Ivan Tedesco jersey years back whenever he worked for Ivan.
Let's go.
Yeah, so he's always at the top of it. What games are you playing?
Right now, dude, I'm big on this game called Arc Raiders. It's an extraction shooter game, and I'm not very good at it, but hey, it's definitely a rush when you get in a fight with somebody, and well, I don't win most of the times, but it's definitely a rush when you're getting shot at.
All right, let's get back to some moto stuff. You talked about testing this week, and what was the focus of the testing? And you've admitted in the past that you weren't a great tester. So do you feel like you've improved? And what did you guys find this week?
I think unknowingly I have improved, because I just, you know, I'll just blurt out like comments that I'm feeling. And sometimes they'll say, that was really good for me to like figure out what you were trying to say. Or they just kind of look at me confused and just like go on about their thing. But yeah, this week was kind of trying to get my rear end to kind of calm down a bit, because I've been feeling a lot of movement in the back, and I've been dealing with that since pretty much A1, and they've been trying to slow it down and make it stiffer, but all I've been saying is kind of raise it because it feels low, and I think I was leading them in the wrong direction, because they were raising it, and pretty much I was just like making the spring, like the springy feeling, worse, just because I was raising it and not actually stiffening it and slowing it down. So this week they slowed it down, and I mean, since they put the shock that they brought to the track on, I haven't touched it. So they made the right move.
You get too far over the front, it's gonna be like a unicycle.
Yeah. That's always been my thing. I can't ride with the front end feeling like it's under me.
Right.
It's always been a struggle for me to like that feeling.
AP, like it's easy to, like, in situations like this, look at what's not going well and what's not working. But what has this season brought to you that is going well? What are you excited about in your racecraft that you found, or the bike, or whatever? What do you feel good about so far?
It was tough to really feel good about much until this past weekend. And this past weekend, it showed me that I can still run 20-minute motos without getting tired. Because, dude, I swear it's been like, I can count on one hand how many days I've actually done like a legit amount of riding since A1. So I was just getting scared that like everything that I'd built on my base was like kind of going away because I didn't get to ride. And this weekend, I lasted the whole thing, and I was right there with a bunch of the good riders. So that to me, I was pumped on that, and I was pumped on my riding in practice, and just the overall day. The result didn't show it, but I was pumped on myself, just kind of getting through the day fully. And the main event was my first 20-minute moto since San Diego. And that was like weighing on my mind a lot.
I bet.
And since I did that, I did one this week already. I feel really good about it. And I think this weekend kind of changed my mindset a little bit and got me looking a little bit farther forward, and it got me really excited about what's to come in the next few weekends.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've heard you say in like in other interviews and stuff where it's if you're not able to do that one little extra 0.5% with as deep as the field is right now, like that, having that little 0.5% is all it takes right now. And so hopefully you're on your track to find that,
Yeah. It's tough. Like when you get out there and you're not feeling the best. When you're racing the best in the world, that's kind of scary because you can fall back really, really quick. And I did that at A2 when I wasn't feeling it, and it was like I thought I was riding all right, and then, dude, I had guys blowing by me left and right, and that'll humble you real quick. It's as fast as you can get up there. I mean, you can go back even faster. So, it's a breath of fresh air that I'm back where I need to be, and looking forward.
Yeah, we saw some good speed at Glendale. So I think it really does take a lot of time to recover from. I don't know what was up with the concussion protocol at A2, whether you, regardless of what happened, you didn't feel well, right? So you knew you didn't feel right, so you decided to pull off. That tells me a lot. That takes time, man, to just go back out and go race 7 days later, 14 days later. It just doesn't work like that if you hit your head that hard. Like, it takes time.
Yeah, for sure. And like, I think it was, a combination of a lot of things, especially at A2. That whole week I didn't ride. So the first practice was my first time on the bike since San Diego. And then, same thing on, at whatever, the next week at Houston. Yep. I didn't really ride that much. And then, I got the ankle pretty good. So G was telling me not to ride the next week. And I was like, I started to freak out. I was like, dude, this is going to be the third week that I don't do anything. And he was like, well, you can either do it or listen to me. And I was like, all right, well, I'll listen to you. And,
if you don't ride, you feel like it's going to get away from you. But if you go out and ride and you're just off and mentally you start getting worse or you get hurt again, it's even worse. So it's kind of like you got to weigh the two negative options.
Yeah, for sure. And when you're not feeling, 100%, that's when bad things can happen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I really do. With Seattle coming up this weekend, we don't really know what the track conditions are going to be. We don't even know what the track's really going to look like because they have almost no time to get this thing built.
I was going to ask him, AP, do you want us to start doing some rain dances? Like, we need a mutter.
Hey, I've been doing them all week, man. I've been doing it all week. And it's like, I feel like every time I do the rain dance, it goes away. But I just need everybody else to start in with me to try to get that percentage back up to what it was.
So you have obviously a little bit of confidence when it comes to riding in rain and ruts and stuff like that. But I mean, does it not, I guess for me, it's always like, even though I feel comfortable riding in those situations, anything can happen. The bike can happen. It's like, it's for you would chance that, like something like that, to be able to race.
Did you not watch Foxborough last year?
No, I know that, but I'm just saying anything can happen. Like you see guys where who was it that got stuck? It was leading the race or the second place and went off the side of the track at the finish.
GYAO.
Last year. Yeah. I mean, anything can happen.
Yeah, and I personally I like that factor because usually I like, even if I did get stuck, which I mean that hasn't happened in a long time. I know what to do to get out, like pretty quick. I mean, at least I used to, but yeah, I dig that because that makes everybody else nervous. I was actually texting Don Maeda today, and he was like, how do you feel about the rain? And I was like, I'm with it. I was like, the only bad thing is whenever I hope for rain, it usually goes away. And then he said something, and I was like, the one good thing about me is I do not worry when the rain comes. I just act like it's a normal race, and I feel like everybody else is like, oh no, rain, what do we do? And I'm just here like, rain some more. Why not? Let's have a real mud race here.
What tracks or places that you go do worry you?
Sorry, what was that?
Like what tracks or types of dirt or stadiums you go to where you are like, oh dang, I got to go race. It does worry you.
Shoot, not really any anymore. I like a lot of places. I really, really like Daytona and all the rough tracks. Mm-hmm. If anything, like Denver or Salt Lake, where it's like really, really hard packed, and the roof hurts very, very bad. Those are the tracks that I'm like, dang, like,
yeah, not fun.
Here we are again.
Yeah. Aaron Plessinger tonight, brought to you by Race Tech. AP, you got some new teammates this year, so I want to know, first of all, it's got to be a little odd that you might not be the most popular guy under the Red Bull KTM tent. Eli's got a pretty big fan base right now, especially as he's getting closer to retirement. But yeah, what's it like having him and Jorge Prado under the tent?
No, it's awesome, man. I've been getting along with them really good. You know, I don't really see Eli that much, but when I do, it's always a good time. Mm-hmm. You know, he's a really, really cool dude. And then Jorge as well. You know, he's a really cool, down to earth kid, and it's been a pleasure having him around. And you know, while we've been out here, he's been the one I've been kind of riding with, or at least on the track at the same time. So, you know, I feel like I feel like he's pushing me if he's not really paying attention to me. But you know, I dig them both. Yeah. And yeah, I mean, it's been a riot under the KTM tent during signings. It's been really cool to see all the Eli stuff and have his fans along with mine there. It's a really cool experience.
Yeah. I don't expect you to say too much about this, but there was obviously some tension last year between probably Ian and Roger and Chase and Tom. I mean, a little bit. Mm-hmm. Do you notice it being any more relaxed and just Ian and Roger being any more lighthearted more this season than last? Or if you don't want to answer, you don't have to.
No, yeah, I definitely think it's like it's a breath of fresh air for him, because you know, it was tough. It was tough, and I could see it for them. You know, even though I was not around for about half the year, but yeah, I mean, I think with it being very, very fresh for Eli being there, I think he's just kind of like, you know, really, I feel like he's having fun again. Mm-hmm. And then for Jorge, I mean, he was over at the green team for a year, and I think he's excited to be back on a bike that he's very familiar with. And I think that's brought some enthusiasm, and it just seems like a really good vibe over under our tent. It's been really, really nice.
Yeah, I've only been to, I guess I went to A1 and Houston, but then listening to like Lewis and Steve talk, there's definitely the team as a whole, the way they're doing media with, you know, making sure all of you guys like do 3 interviews afterwards. It just seems, you can tell the difference. It just feels different. So I think it's a positive thing. Yeah, like you said, and that's really cool. Scott, you had another one? Go ahead, AP. Sorry.
No, you're good. I was just saying, yeah, that's exactly what I feel like it is.
Yeah. No, go ahead, Scott.
Yeah, and that's got to help alleviate like the stress and the worry. Like, you know that you guys are going to work hard and figure things out. And like, is it safe to say that this has probably been the most comfortable you've ever felt with the team? And I know you've had some good times with others and stuff, but it just seems like the perfect fit for you, man.
Yeah, I mean, dude, for me, I've been having a good time ever since I got on the team. Yeah. And I think, you know, Ian, Roger, Steph, both the truck drivers, Pat and Corey, and pretty much everybody on the team knows that. And we get along so good. So I've been having a good time since I've been over there, but I can definitely see the other, you know, crew members. Just, it's like a breath of fresh air for them. Yeah. It's just like, it's so nice and working so smooth, and you can it definitely reflects.
For the listeners out there, you know, there is the riders and stuff that are pretty, like, kind of like Eli, for example, that pretty private, and they're going to be in their RV, or they're going to be, you know, at the hotel or at the race, you know. But like we saw at press day, we were in Houston, we were just sitting there talking with you, AP, and like you're just kind of hanging out, like. That for the fans that don't like you already, that's another reason why too, because you're just hanging out with him, and it's always cool to see.
Yeah, man. It's a weekend where I get to see all my friends. That's every weekend. So, and it's my 11th year now, so I know everybody, and if I don't know them, I'm gonna meet him at some point, and I embrace it, man. I embrace it for as long as I can, because this career is short, and
very true.
I want to make as many friends as I can in the industry. So one of these days when I'm old and it's hard to walk, I can have maybe a few opportunities.
Yeah.
And one of our listeners in the chat, Donnie Berger, wants to know if you can get Eli in one of those KTM cowboy hats.
Oh boy, he'd do it.
Man, I'll definitely try. We got to get the right size and the right hat for him, and I think he'll definitely sport it.
I mean, he is a rancher.
Yeah.
Hey, Dallas is coming up, so hey,
there it is.
Maybe I'll ask him his hat size this weekend.
Yeah. Well, this wasn't one of my questions, but that reminds me, you have something going on.
You riding a bull again?
No, I think they're doing something over at like the stockyards or something this year in Fort Worth, aren't you?
Oh yeah. So it's a bar that I think it's called Billy Bob's.
Yes.
In Dallas.
Yep.
And it's going to be a riot, man. I've talked to some people. I've never been to Billy Bob's myself, but they say it holds like 5,000 people or something like that. They say it's huge. And in the middle of the bar, they have a little arena, a dirt arena, and they're going to do like little pit bike races, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then obviously we're going to have a meet and greet. And I think some extra people are coming to help me sign with some autographs, and it's going to be a really, really good time. So if you're going to Dallas, look into going to Billy Bob's on Friday night. I think it starts at, I think it's like 5:30 to 7 or something like that. I could be wrong, but we're coming out with a little hype video this weekend or next week.
Okay, perfect.
So that'll tell a little bit more into it.
Yeah, I'll text him a lot to Hammer and have him send me details. Yeah, we had dinner with Hammer and Truman on Friday night, and he was talking about it in Houston. So yeah. So that'd be a cool thing, because the last couple of years you went to Texas Live and rode the bull and all that good stuff. So yeah, we'll try to get you guys, our listeners, some information on that. Let's do a couple listener questions and we'll let you go.
Yep.
All right. So these are from Instagram, or no, this is actually our Discord. Soul505. He says, "Yeah, it was almost sound like Barsha.
Yeah, you did.
It was awesome seeing all the AMA guys race at Matterley in 24. As making a trip over to the U.S. isn't the most affordable." He's from across the pond. Apologies for the typical British weather, though. What was it like coming over here to the UK and racing for your country? And how did you find the track?
Man, it was definitely a pretty gnarly experience. It was really, really cool. Although it was cold and kind of misty, rainy. But man, the track was unreal. It was one of the ruddiest tracks I've ever ridden in my life. But man, going out for the last race was crazy. It was like surreal, honestly. And it was like, with all the smoke bombs and like the weather, it was like we were gearing up for war. And that's what it felt like. But no, it was really cool. All the fans were awesome. I got a few really, really cool gifts from some fans that I guess I had over there that I didn't know, and it was really, really awesome. I enjoyed the experience a lot, and it was really, really cool.
All right, this is from Instagram from Lynn Andreessen. She says, AP, what is your favorite thing to do besides racing, which it might be gaming, if that's what you mentioned earlier, but also who is your favorite music artist?
Ooh, favorite music artist. Man. That's a tough one, because I like a lot of songs and a lot of different, genres, but I would say the most badass in my eyes is probably Hank Williams Jr.
Okay.
He's a true star, but yeah, I mean, between gaming and hanging out with the fam, there's not much else that we really have time to do.
Right.
Between, like I'd probably be different if I was, a single man and didn't have the kids to look after, but 3 kids is quite the job as well. And hanging out with them is pretty awesome.
Absolutely. All right. Last one. This is also from Soul 505 from Discord. This is actually a good question. I think I might start using this for everybody. He wants to know if he's from the UK, but says, do you have any funny stories or good stories about hire car stories? So basically he's saying like, renting a car or a funny car rental story, or even like an Uber or Lyft story. So anything happened, any situation like that, back in the day, the boys in the 80s, Wardy and those guys would rent cars and race them and destroy them and return them. But you got any stories?
I mean, there's when I was amateur, we didn't really rent cars that often until we started going to like Vegas races and stuff. And, my dad was a maniac in rental cars, and I remember one time we raced, I think it was, I can't remember who it was, but we raced somebody down. It wasn't the Strip, but it was a really, really busy like road in Vegas. And I don't know how we didn't get pulled over, but we were swerving it in and out of cars. We were going like 60 or 70 miles an hour. And it was like it was a road race inside traffic. And I was only like maybe 11 or 12 at the time. And then at the end of it, I think we were in a drive-through, and I can't remember who was with us, but I remember we didn't want to eat there anymore. So my dad just jumped the curb and drove over like this mulch bed. And by the time we got back to the hotel, we had a completely flat tire, and there was about a 6-inch freaking long piece of mulch just sticking right out of the tire.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Did you have another?
I got one more,
okay.
And I have to know this because of your answer about the music that best ever. Think back in 2015 when you were on Star, had a flat bill and ears tucked. What would have been your music pick then?
Honestly, dude, I've been listening to country for so long, and I would probably do similar, but back then I'd probably say, what is his name? He's not a very big country artist, but he sang, it's like a country boy song or something like that. I'll have to send it to you, and you guys can listen to it.
We will.
But he was like a spoof artist, and now he's put out a few songs, but they weren't too big.
Right.
But it's pretty much just redneck music.
Okay.
Is what I listen to pretty much the whole time.
Was that the same guy that was like meet me at the Waffle House and that kind of stuff?
No idea.
Here, I got it. Let me look it up real quick. It'll only take country.
I was expecting it to be like Limp Bizkit or Tupac or something back then with the flat bill and the ears tucked. I'm just saying, just throwing that out there.
No, I had my time listening to that, but it was when that movie came out about Ice Cube and Eazy-E and all them. I listened to that. Yeah, Straight Outta Compton. I listened to that for about a month, and then I was like, country's the real deal. So, but shoot, I can't find this song. I don't know.
I got a quick story.
I'll end up sending it to you.
Okay, I got a quick drive-through story because the one he just told that reminded me back in like the late 90s when we went to Shreveport to a concert my buddy's band was playing, and afterwards there's a Burger King next door. So we get in the Burger King, and everybody had been partying, so these people were cussing at us and like honking, and my buddy, who was the singer in the band, was honking back, and they're fighting basically while we're in the cars. So we pull out on the main drag. They pull out side by side with us, and they're like following us side by side down the street and yelling and screaming. And we pull up to this red light. Light turns green. The car in front of us goes. We go. The car that was trying to start crap with us, they go too, but the car in front of them hadn't gone yet. Smash! That was the best. Yeah. We all get out of our car. We're like, ah!
Yeah, gotcha.
Anyway, yeah. That was my that drive-through story you told reminded me of that for some reason. I'd forgotten about
funny.
that.
Yeah.
Good stuff. Anyway, AP,
That is
dude.
awesome.
This wasn't.
I found the song. I found the song. Let me tell you, boys, before I go.
Okay.
His name is Granger Smith, and the song is the Country Boy song featuring Earl Dibbles Jr.
Earl Dibbles. I do remember that. I remember that.
Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
It's a little outside my wheelhouse, man. I'm more corn and Tool, but.
That's good.
Well, all right, AP. I would say this wasn't the typical motocross. I mean, we did talk some moto, but we got outside moto a little bit in this interview. So that was fun.
Yeah, that was a good time, man.
All right, AP. We'll see you in Arlington. Good luck in Seattle, and I hope it pours for you.
Hey, I appreciate it, boys. Thanks for having me on, and like always, it's always a good time.
100%. Thanks, man. See ya.
All right, thank you. See you guys.
Bye. Aaron Plessinger tonight, brought to you by Racetech, and I want to remind you guys that Racetech also has the new air boot for the 2024 to 2026 Yamaha YZ250F. So that's kind of a mixture of both of our presenting sponsors, Racetech and Yamaha Motor USA.
That's right.
I just installed my air boot 2 nights ago, so I'm going to ride this weekend. Check it out. Thousands of hours in development using sophisticated airflow analysis. The bike, they say it improves the power by 4%, which is a more improvement than going from pump gas to race fuel. 4% increase does not include the airbox cover mod, which I did myself. So we will see how it goes. Go ahead.
I want to say during the whole trying to figure out the name of the band, our chat was just throwing out names.
Okay. Did anybody get it right?
No, but the best comment in there so far was Nile Diggs with Flock of Seagulls.
All right.
It just cracked me up.
So AP brought to you by Racetech. There was something I was getting ready to get to. How we got, how much time do we have before Kyle? Like 20, 15
You're
minutes?
in charge.
Yeah.
All right, let's do X brand comments. Who's got the X brand read?
I got you.
Let
me skip over there real quick. Alrighty. See clear and ride fearless. With EKS brand goggles, vision is your advantage. Engineered for clarity, comfort, and durability, EKS goggles keeps your focus sharp through roost, rain, and ruts. Trusted by champions, built for every rider. Crystal clear optics, all-day comfort, zero distractions. Ride with X brand because every second counts. Gear up at xbrand.com, eksbrand.com.
All right. First one is an email from Vince Pale, T-Bolt USA's Vince Pale. He says, it seems like we're missing the chance to watch a lot of good guys race in Supercross. I know the track gets hammered and there is no TV time, but wouldn't it be cool to just have an open class 12-minute dash for cash or something that anyone who missed the night show cut could get to race? What do you guys think about that? Like an extra race. Like I'm all for extra racing. I almost don't care.
I guess I didn't understand what he's saying.
So the guys that don't make the night show, the guys that guys that didn't qualify, all the leftovers, they have like just a dash for cash.
I've championed a B main for years.
Yeah, but this wouldn't even be that. This would be like
just a dash for cash. I mean, that's fine too. I mean, it still would kind of be a B main.
I mean, to me, the B main would be the LCQ guys.
Like
these are guys that don't even make the night show.
So my question is, those guys right there, would that, like maybe the weekends that you don't have futures, put that in there to, instead of futures?
Basically, it would just
I'm
be
certainly not against it.
But they need so much time to manage the track.
Yeah, that's that. I mean, there is a reason that there aren't more races. Give me a second. I'm gonna text Hammer about the Red Bull event.
There's definitely a reason why, like the weekends that there's such a mad dash to get the track right on the weekends that there's futures. I honestly would think it'd be cooler to see those guys who are trying to make it in, like the B main guys, or the guys who didn't make the night show, maybe than the KTM Junior 50. But I'm sure that KTM pays a lot for that Junior 50 thing, and but it doesn't get televised. I don't know. What do you think, Scotty? Do you think it would be? I mean, honestly, I think more time televised of dirt bikes on the track, even if we're watching the 50s, over watching commercials or them interviewing some NASCAR guy.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with that. I think that a race like that would be very cool to have a part of the program, and I think it would be kind of just be the same opportunity that the Pulp LCQ race gives, like just be every weekend. That'd be really cool. You'd almost like even make like a standings for it and stuff. I don't know.
Like I wouldn't be
It'd
opposed.
be dude. You put a $2,000 prize up for the winner of that thing, dude.
Guys
Lights,
are
camera,
murdering each
action.
other.
Lights, camera, action. Get ready.
Yeah, because it's to make. If you make the night show, it's like $1,000, and then the last place in the main event is $2,000.
There would be
$1,000 more.
Yeah, there'd be people not trying to not make the the main just to go win the LCQ race.
Right. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to them putting the KTM Juniors on TV. Like at least I'm
Anything
getting
besides
Actually, maybe you said that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I was texting.
Yeah, that's fine. That's what we were doing our job.
Yeah.
But that I definitely would see anything but just stupid interviews of people. Like somebody had brought up on Pulp, and I'll give them credit for this, about like, or maybe it wasn't Pulp, but anyways, where they talked about make a different feed for people who like other than the TV
that's come
feed.
up before.
That would be so awesome. Just a thing that's just dirt bike racer people.
There needs to be like a pro version, for
Like
sure.
a pro version that you could pay for. You know what I'm talking about? And
Sure.
like a little
Has
extra
extra-
money.
yep.
And then it covers everything on the track.
Yeah,
Maybe?
yeah.
I
They
don't
do
know.
that with the NFL with the Manning cast.
Yeah.
What is that? I don't know what that is.
So like on Monday Night Football on ESPN they're showing the game.
Yeah.
And then on ESPN2 is both Eli and Peyton Manning. Do you know who
I
they
know
are?
there are people that play football.
Okay. They very prolific figures in the sport, and they host their own little show, and they have like celebrity guests that come on, and like the game's on in the background, but they're kind of like talking over it.
Well, that's I don't want people talking over it.
Yeah. Just want more racing.
I just want more racing.
What do you mean? Like they're commentating over it.
Oh, they're commentating about the racing.
We're
Or
irritating
about
dark.
the
Would you
football.
like
we
to
just
move
have a
on?
bunch more to get
Okay,
to.
I know.
I mean, we're
Go
trying
ahead.
to kill time.
I
while
know.
You're doing
Well, I
your
said
job.
we're good, but
okay, go ahead.
This would be I would like listener feedback if they would rather us talk a long time on one topic or get to all the topics because we just run out of time.
I mean, you're just a buzzkill. But go ahead.
Yep.
Go ahead, Keller.
And I've never seen someone get so mad that talks about a talk show. It gets mad
There's
about talking about
more
a talk show.
topics to get
Okay,
to.
go ahead.
But I'm not. No, now we're in this. So this is what we're doing now. I'm not saying we're not going to talk on the talk show. I'm just saying if we spend 20 minutes on one question, then we lose the other 5 questions.
It's almost better than you getting worked up.
I'm curious what people think about that. Like what would
If-
they
if-
rather us do?
I feel
Stay
like we
with
were
the-
having a good conversation about it. I don't feel like we were just rambling.
I mean, we were talking about Eli and Peyton.
Well,
and
giving him an example of what. Okay, just go to the next one.
maybe I'm the butthole. I don't know.
I
Tell
think
me.
in this one you might be.
I might be.
We've been telling you that.
Yeah, but I don't really trust you two. So contact form on MotoXpod.com and let me know if I'm wrong. Maybe we just don't get to Allie's. Maybe
you
we don't get to Allie's comments. I want to hear the Scotty comments.
All right, go ahead.
Okay. Real Housewives of Moto, Allie, she says, just listen to the Eli episode. Just wanted to say you always get the best energy out of him. And as you know, he's intimidating. Keep up the good work. Oh, and I love the Keegan girlfriend chatter. So that's from Allie, Real Housewives of Moto.
Okay.
This is from Just Bruja 55. First of all, I said 100% a second ago when he said something that I agreed with, and people have been complaining about
Oh,
on all the shows.
That's
So we gotta
just
work
an
on-
affirmation. There's
gotta
nothing
work on
wrong with that.
Because everybody goes,
It's just because-
100%. Like when you agree with something, yeah.
The only reason
and-
they make a big deal about it is
Just
because
we all say it a lot.
RC does it
Okay.
a lot. That's the only reason why they do that.
A lot of people complain about it, try to work on doing better. Like, so I thought, it's not a bad idea.
I'm gonna stop using the word "the."
Yeah.
Everybody
Anyway.
uses the word "the."
This guy says, I also have the perfect way to be the first media guy to stop saying I want to touch on. But there's a couple stipulations. You can't tell anyone else because you're my guy. Shit, I just screwed that up. Justin, sorry about that. Sorry about that. But he said, basically say, I want to speak on blank for a second. Could you speak on blank for a second? So just rewording saying I want to touch on.
You're not
You do
curious.
say that a lot.
I do.
Yeah.
He's saying that, but I don't
Oh,
I
you
don't
definitely
know that
do.
I ever
we
say
just
it.
want to touch on it a little bit right now.
Really?
Yeah.
You say it almost every interview.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Justin, I'm sorry that
Another
I
one.
don't
You,
say a thing because it makes me
You
laugh
should.
every time.
Yeah.
No, it makes me laugh because
I
I
do-
want to touch on
yeah,
that.
it makes me chuckle too.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
why I notice it.
he just said you did it twice last week, maybe a third time, but I can't remember. That's gold dark, and you know
Another
it.
one you do that I actually do like because it just fits is you say shift gears. You say shift gears. a lot.
I do say that
But
one a lot.
I like that
Every
because-
time I say it, I'm like, yeah, that's yeah.
But
Okay.
but it works though. It's like
All
it's
right.
kind of your thing.
And Justin sent a follow up. By the way, Scotty killed the post race interviews. I was very impressed. Not great, but still really good for his first ish time.
Okay, cool.
That's like getting silver at the Special Olympics.
I didn't even read the whole thing when I made the note. I just read the first part.
Yeah,
That's like silver
not
at the
great,
Special
but
Olympics.
yeah, you did like a grandma burn. Like you did the best you could. Yeah.
Aussie Steve _ right to moto. Hey dude, the Ando interview was great. That's from a while
always
ago.
good.
Bro, just catching up on your pod. Last week's Eli interview was awesome. I really like the direction of the Moto X at the moment. Appreciate that, Aussie Steve. This one is from Ryan Diezik 129. This is about my Let's Hear It video. I just watched your video on YouTube posing the question to the riders on what their most egregious takeout was, and it reminds me how great you are at what you do. You really brought out the human side of these riders, and I felt that I learned about who they are and how they operate as a rider and as a person. I'm reaching out to say the industry really needs your talent, and thank you for the great content, great work. Thanks, Ryan. Okay, this is from Priley24. Hey, Dart, good job with your pod, mate. I listen to most of the Moto podcast, and I really enjoyed yours this week with Eli. Good work from Australia. So, a lot of nice compliments.
Making ground.
A lot of nice compliments. We appreciate all you guys and the follows, the listens, and yeah, keep checking out our YouTube channel. Again, Justin Cooper interviews up, Parker Ross interviews up, Austin Faulkner interviews up, and by looking at the numbers, not a lot of you guys have watched them yet. Go check them out.
Hey, just put them on in the background. You don't have to actually pay attention.
Just click
Play
on it.
them, listen to them while you're doing something else, but have them playing. That helps us out.
Yeah, they're trying to get moved up in the algorithm.
Yeah,
So
we definitely want to move up in the algorithm. All right, who's got Grill Your Ass Off tonight?
Well, I don't have any right now.
I thought there was
because
all
we had
these
pizza, but,
all this
I mean,
negativity towards me, and you just had one comment. There was one.
If you're looking to grill a savory steak,
joking.
bake a delicious chicken breast, make a perfect roasted potato, or fry bacon for breakfast, Grill Your Ass Off has seasoning to elevate your experience. Jason Murph is a military veteran and a motocross enthusiast, and his line of seasonings, and that's
Flip the page, man. Flip the page.
It's on the other side. It's the first time doing this one. It's also simply can't be beat. On top of being astounding, every product sold helps support a true nonprofit or event. Visit grillyourassoff.com and use promo code DarksideMX3 to save 20%. You will not be disappointed.
Not bad, not bad.
I feel like we were in like third grade reading class. Like TJ had to stand up in front of the class.
Well,
and
I
read
got to the end and I was like, oh, there's more.
I need to reprint them. I told Chase that last week. I need to reprint them where it's all on one side.
No, it's fine. That was on me.
Okay, does anybody have a Bring the Heat?
Oh, I didn't actually think of one this week. I'm sure I can get there.
I'll do mine. I had one, and it's not. I don't like disparaging the broadcast really because we're very lucky to have what we have. I was kind of bummed because I didn't get to watch live, as I always am when I can't watch it live. That you can't back up and kind of watch it while it's live, or start
it's
over.
really
live,
frustrating.
or even as soon as the event's over, it immediately be ready. Or
it takes about an hour.
I think it took 2 hours.
Yeah.
I might be wrong. That's a bit of a bummer. So that was really all I had is to Bring the Heat. But I have another one.
I think it's a Peacock thing because
Maybe.
we paused the other day. I was watching some
What else did you watch it?
the Olympics, and I paused it, and then I came back, and it played for like 2 seconds, and then jumped to live.
Yeah.
You know what I'm talking about? Like, so I think Peacock doesn't.
Yeah,
want
there's
you to
been several times where I've had to like, I'll be watching it on my way home from work, and like I'll start it back from the beginning, and then when I get home, I have to continue watching it on my phone because if I try to cast it to the TV, it'll be live.
Yeah.
So I'm sitting there watching the race, laying in my bed watching it on my phone like this. It's kind of annoying.
I feel like on Pulp, maybe somebody had made a comment or called in, and they said it might be dependent on what TV or some
I don't
hardware, because
think so,
some people say they can back up.
I can do it on my phone.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is. Maybe it's just,
everybody can on their phone.
Yeah,
I can do it on my
so
phone.
maybe it's just like
when it goes live to the TV.
On TV. Okay, all right.
But there's weird stuff with that too, because like I have Hulu Live, which is basically like almost like cable on my phone. Like it has all the channels and everything. And if I can cast it to my TV, I can watch it on my phone anywhere I want. But if I was to try to cast it to your TV, it would make me switch my address to be here.
Yeah.
Like I was like, this was my home network or whatever.
Yeah, they don't want you sharing
so
your
that's
account.
probably the same thing with the Peacock.
So I do have that was my original Bring the Heat, because I really didn't have anything this week. It hasn't been a bad week. But about 2 days ago, I walked out of my house, and you can't smell it now, but it smelled like, well, I thought it was like cat crap and cat piss. It just smelled everywhere around the house. I was like, damn it. I was thinking Amber's cats might have been spraying or something. And I smelled it for like 2 days. And I was being nice, didn't say anything, but I was getting mad about it because it's disgusting. Then, well, it was actually Monday. Monday, I had to go do a job like across the highway here for a different city. And there's a bunch of farmland around where I had to be. And it smelled 1,000 times worse.
Like chicken coops or something?
So come to find out, the guy that owns all that land has been just dumping chicken crap for fertilizer. And apparently he owns a piece of property on the other side of me and one behind me. So he owns 3 pieces of property that surround me.
He's surrounded by shit.
So it's like, way to go, dude. You made the entire area smell like chicken buttholes.
So speaking of smelling like cat piss, I do have a real quick, I don't know if it's to bring the heat, but something that pissed me off. On my rig, we have basically like single wide trailers that we move from location to location because they're there for months that we live in. There's a stray cat that has moved in under mine and up inside the area. Yeah. Well, like obviously it's a male because it's spraying or whatever, and you can smell it. But I kept smelling it on myself, and I couldn't figure out what it was. And I'm like, I think I smell like cat piss. But I'd asked somebody, no one smelled. What it was because I'm there by myself in the trailer, I'll throw my clothes in the washing machine, throw them in the dryer, and then I'll just leave them in the dryer, and I'll get them out of the dryer as I wear them. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Because I'm a man. I'm
Bachelor.
not going to fold my clothes. Bachelor life, like by myself there. And well, the dryer vents to under the house, and all that smell was coming up the vent into my clothes. And so I put my clothes on, and then they would all smell like cat.
Like the cat piss guy.
So, but nobody, it wasn't strong enough for anybody else to smell it. But I'm walking around going, why do I keep smelling like cat piss?
So bad.
That's happened to me a few times. Where like the cattle, like, well, one time I had to wash my backpack because the cat freaking sprayed on my backpack.
Anyways,
it's annoying. Scotty, do you have anything? I'm looking on Discord real quick. I don't think we had a Discord Bring the Heat, but I know we had some top fives that I didn't get to last week. Go ahead. Do you have any?
Okay, I've got one.
Okay.
We all know that I work at Dairy Queen, and there's actually I think I've already done this one.
Okay.
Was the guy? Did I do the one about the guy parking?
It doesn't sound familiar yet. Finish. We'll tell you.
There's an easement, like you can enter 2 ways.
Oh,
I have done that. Okay, never mind. Because he did it again today. He must come on Wednesdays.
Oh, same guy did it again today.
Yeah, he must come on Wednesdays right before I leave the show because it's deja vu. Yeah,
we send them actually.
Yeah, I'm sure you do.
Yeah, pull up.
What's crazy is like they're nice people, but he just parks like a dickhole.
Is that all you guys got? I'll get Chiz on it.
I don't really have one today. I'm
fine.
Keeping the peace.
Yeah, no worries. We'll.
I mean, the only heat that I want to bring is people like hating on me for the redneck brawl, and since he's getting Chiz on now, like.
Oh yeah, I mean it was entertaining.
It was entertaining. Good. That's what I thought.
What was he hasn't answered yet? So what was the best part?
Just the commentators.
Talking crap about it. And also, go ahead.
He might be on, or he might be his voicemail. Let's do the read, and we'll find out. Tonight, our next guest of the night is brought to you by Guts Racing. Grip, control, confidence. Elevate your ride with Guts Racing seat covers. Trusted by top pros and everyday riders alike. designed for maximum traction and durability. Gut seat covers keep you locked in when the track gets rough and the stakes get high. They are built to last and made to win. Gutsracing.com tonight brings us Kyle Chisholm. You on the phone, Chiz?
Yeah, I'm here. What's up, guys?
What's going on, dude? I didn't even know how to introduce you. Like retired rider, former pro rider,
racing,
soon to be racing again. Well, I don't know, man.
I don't know either, honestly. I don't know.
We'll steal that from Steve, the I don't know, man segment.
Yep,
but how you doing, dude?
Yep. I don't know, man. I'm good. I think good. I mean, I'm not saying I'm bored, but I'm like, just weird because I don't know, like it's just I'm used to always like having something to shoot for, aim for, right? Like, oh, I got to get better riding dirt bikes and go race. So yeah, definitely a little different, and just trying to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do, want to do, whatever for the most part. So I'm a busy body person. I don't like to just not do anything. So, but for a lot of time, since the summer, and then I did playoffs, then I did World Supercross, and then I've kind of been low the last month and a half or whatever, and trying to just kind of like enjoy being with the kids and family and stuff. But at the same time, to be the best version of myself, like I said, I like to have something to do and to be busy. So I've tried to like enjoy the time to like just kind of hang out, whatever. But then at the same time, I'm like, okay, I got to figure out like, what do I want to do and whatever. So then just kind of, like I said, enjoying that time, and then also kind of figuring out, exactly what direction I want to go and what I want to do.
Yeah. And I want to get to that, like some things that you would like to do or whatever here in a minute. But first of all, you've probably talked about this a little bit, but when A1 came around, how was that, say, Saturday of A1? And then you did some post-race kind of commentary on your Instagram, but we haven't seen it every week. So talk about both those things, how A1 was for you not being there, and then why you decided to do the commentary.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's weird just not being in Anaheim. And like I said, I did World Supercross. Like I just raced like all the way through the middle of December. So it wasn't like I haven't been racing for a long time, because I kind of just got done racing, just a few weeks before Anaheim was. So, but it was weird because like Anaheim always has so much like hype and like build up to it, like new gear and new this and new whatever. So it was weird. I was going to go just to go watch and hang out, just to be there. Cause I'm a fan just like everybody else. And I like the vibe at A1. It's always fun. Right.
Mm-hmm.
And with just getting back from World Supercross, we did so much travel. I was, all the guys did the same thing. So it's not like it was just me, but we were, I think, what was it? Like we were on 5 continents over 6 weeks. You know what I mean? So, and I flew back and forth every week. So a lot of people stayed and just went from race to race, and I went back home. So like I went Australia, like Florida to Australia, home, and then to Sweden, and then home, and then South Africa, and then home. So it was a lot of travel in a short amount of time. And I honestly, once Anaheim came around, we had Christmas and New Year's, and I was like, I honestly just don't really feel like getting out of the airplane and like going again, because I'm not racing. And I'm like, so I didn't go to Anaheim, which was kind of, bittersweet, because I'm like, I want to at least go like enjoy it, but I also just didn't want to travel and didn't want to go back, get back on the airplane. So I didn't go, and just been busy with the kids, like I said. So it was weird not being there. Like I wouldn't say the prep wasn't weird, because there's 2 parts of it to me. It's like all the preparation to get to the season to start, and then there's obviously the season. In the preparation part, I kind of did. Like if I wanted to race Anaheim, I could have. Like I was pretty much ready, because I was racing since October, really playoffs, like September. Then I took a few weeks off. Then it was back getting ready for World Supercross. So like September, October, November, December, I was riding and racing that whole time pretty much. So I could have went and raced Anaheim. I was like, I wasn't ready to. So I kind of, that part wasn't weird, because I was kind of, quote unquote prepping, because I was racing that whole time. But then when it came time for the race, it was weird not being there. It was weird being home on Saturday. And then it was weird, like watching the race at home, I watch every bit of it, every practice, race day live and everything. And I'm just like, I want to be there. But I also was like, it's nice being at home. I think in the morning, I don't remember if it was that weekend, but I went golfing with my brother in the morning and a friend, and it was just weird. It was a different Saturday, but to be honest, I enjoyed it. Like it was cool. But at the same time, I missed being in Anaheim. So it's just hard. It's something I'll probably never let go of. I love racing and love all of that. So like I said, trying to just enjoy the other side of it and, being home. And so I golfed in the morning. I watched the race, and then I did some commentary. Like I said, I was just missing it, like I want to be there and wish I could be there racing like all the time. But I was like, you know what? I'm not, I think part of what I missed too is like just all the fan interaction, like talking to fans, talking to people, talking to you, people like you, Steve, everybody. And I'm like, man, I'm just at home. It's like kind of not lonely, but I'm like, it's kind of lonely because it's a weird Saturday for me. Used to being pulled in all these different directions and got to do autographs. I got to meet this person. I got to go talk to my mechanic and this and that. So it's just, it was a complete opposite of like what you're used to. And I've done it for so long. So I'm like, you know what? Like I'm watching and I'm like, I have all these thoughts. And of course, Brittany, she's, always social media and talking on her thing. And I honestly am like, I'm more uncomfortable talking like on my own Instagram than I am like talking to you guys right now, or talking to fans like live, or like put me on the podium and I'll win the LCQ, put me on the podium, I'll talk in front of the whole stadium.
Sure.
I'm more nervous to talk on my Instagram for some reason. I don't know why.
It's weird.
And it's just, I think
it feels like you're not talking to anybody.
Yeah. So it feels awkward. I feel like I'm like talking to myself, and then I feel like everybody's watching me now talk to myself.
Yes.
I think it's just weird. Where like if I'm in the stadium and like getting an interview, I'm like, well, I'm talking to the crowd. Like that's who I'm talking to. So like it's normal to me. It's like I'm just having a conversation. But I talk on my Instagram, I'm like I'm talking to myself. So it's just weird. So anyways, Brittany's like, I'm sitting there watching practice and like, oh, this guy this and this guy that, whatever. She's like, why don't you like, go on your Instagram and just talk about it, like talk about what you see and whatever. And I'm like, you know what? I hate doing it, but it is a good idea. I should probably do it. And honestly, I kind of enjoyed doing it. I haven't been as consistent as I'd like to be, just because we had like birthday parties and just stuff going on some of the Saturdays. Where Anaheim won, I was like locked in, because I'm missing it. I'm like, I'm watching every practice and everything, and I'm just sitting in front of the TV all day, whatever. So the other weekends I had some other stuff going on and did a little bit here and there. I went on Twitter, X, whatever, and did some stuff a few times too. But I would like to do a little bit more of that. So try to make more time to do that. And everyone seemed to enjoy it for the most part. And if they didn't, then they don't have to watch it, right?
Yeah. So. Well, let me ask you this then. So with the season so far, there's been a lot of talking points, right? Chase moving teams and not doing super well yet. I mean, he's had a couple good moments, but Eli changing teams and being amazing. AP going over the bars. Eli, going over the bars. Hunter leading the points right now with a bunch of second place finishes. Like, what storylines stand out to you? Give me one or two that really like are piquing your interest.
I mean, all of them really. Like I said, I'm a fan just like everybody, and I think there's so many storylines. It's hard to even just pick one. I mean, you hit on a lot of them right there, but I mean, just to run through them quick, like you said, Hunter being so consistent now in the points lead, right? He reminds me of like Dunge back in the day. You know what I mean? He's just right there on the podium. And I know I actually talked to Steve earlier on the Moto 60 show, whatever, and I'm like, I picked Hunter for the win this weekend. So I just think he's putting himself in good position every week, and he hasn't like got that extra like umph and got the win, but he's putting himself in good position so many times that's why he has the points lead now, right? Maybe he's not the fastest, whatever, but he's kind of like what Dungy was back, a lot of his years, where he's just really good, maybe not the best guy, but he's consistently the best guy. So yeah, that's what Hunter's kind of reminded me of, and I think he's due for a win here, any weekend. Kenny, no surprise. I think more of the same. He's on a bike that he's been comfortable with for 3 years now, for going into 4 years, whatever. He hasn't had to make very many changes, and that's a big advantage, to really know your bike and be comfortable and just be able to go out there and focus on yourself, during the week and at the races. So no surprise to see him win last weekend at Glendale. He's always really good there, and he's been riding good, for a long time now. Eli, he surprised me I wouldn't say surprised me, but when he announced like going to KTM, and I figured that he wouldn't have made this at this point in his career. I doubt that he's doing it for the money. Obviously, he probably likes the money, but he could not do it and he'd be fine, I'm sure, right?
Yeah.
So it's not a money thing, but I thought at this point in his career, it was surprising to me that at this point in his career, like if he wants to race 1 or 2 more years, like, that this is back into the off season. I'm like, he's going to go to KTM. Like he's going to end his career there, like for another year or two. Like, what if he gets on that bike and hates it? Like a Austrian bike, steel frame, all stuff. Like, what if he just, he's Eli Tomac. He's been, so great for so many years, and he's going to go to that. And I'm like, man, I feel like it's either going to go really good or really bad. Now, in the back of my mind, without knowing firsthand, I'm like, he probably must really like it, or he probably wouldn't have done it, like what I just said, right? He'd probably be like, I'm good. Like, I'm not doing it for the money. I'm not comfortable on that bike, and I don't think I can win on it, so I'm just not going to rate. I'm not going to do it, or I'll stay at Yamaha or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But that's, and this is just my thoughts when I heard about it. So I'm like, man, if he's really doing that, he must really think he can win on it still. Like, because I don't think he's going to go just ride around for the paycheck, right? So he must really like that bike. But still, until you get out there and race conditions and all that stuff, you don't really know. He could have rode the bike a few times and been like, yep, I like it, let's sign. But you don't really know until you get out there and like really race against other people. And so going in, I'm like, man, I feel like it could go really good, which is probably why he signed to go there. Or man, it could go bad, and like we're gonna see Eli go out like not like normal Eli. And dude, he looks as good as he's ever looked. You know what I mean? Like, so comfortable. Obviously, he's had a rough last couple of weeks, whatever, just with what's happened. But just watching him ride on the bike, he looks so good on it, so comfortable. I haven't spent a lot of time on a KTM or any Austrian bikes, but I've never really watched one and been like, oh my gosh, that bike looks really good. Like, I want to ride one of those bikes. But watching, like, even with Chase last year, and he makes every bike look good because he's Chase and smooth and whatever. But I wasn't like, oh my gosh, his bike looks so good. But watching Eli, I don't know what it is. He makes the bike look really good. It makes me go like, dang, that KTM looks awesome. Like, I need to get me one of those. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean by surprising is he just looks better than I thought he would. With that said, obviously the last couple of weeks, the Houston thing, right? Houston, where he hit the rear brake, went over the bars. Obviously got kind of lucky there. Just probably a silly mistake that he made, but still looked so good before that happened. And then this past weekend, obviously going down in the first turn, obviously it's a bummer. And obviously it didn't look like that hard of a wreck, but it must have just been the way he fell or landed, and whatever. I actually never really heard anything other than he was going to get checked out and seems okay, but I never really heard any more details, so I don't know if there's more to it that I haven't heard. But yeah, I don't really know what he even really hurt, but must have been something, because for him to not get up, really quick and get going, he must have been hurting. So, I'm hoping that he's okay, because, definitely want him to stay in the series, and, he's been riding so good, and it's so stacked that, hopefully he's all good. But Webb, a little surprising to be where he started, but then getting the win, whatever. And then this weekend, podium again, I think.
Yep, third.
He's getting the train back on the track. So that I never counted him out. I was like, man, we're only 3 races in. He wasn't doing that great, but he's a fighter. He's got the dog in him, and I knew he'd figure it out one way or the other. Trying to think who else. 250 class, obviously Deegan. He's just surprised me. And I even tweeted something about this, like, it was before Glendale. I watched Glendale from last year, and then I was watching him, at this past weekend at Glendale, and just watching his riding, he just looks so much more mature, like in his decision making and racecraft, and just the way he's riding a Supercross track. And when I heard he was maybe going to move up to 450s this year, even after watching him at World Supercross, which he surprised me at World Supercross on the 450, he actually looked better than I anticipated him looking. And then watching him this year, and then watching like Glendale back from last year, you can just see it, like in his riding. Just, he needed this year, and I think it's going to really benefit him going into next year on a 450 and Supercross. Just that extra year to like this weekend, he didn't need to win by 20 seconds. He controlled the race. Levi was, putting in all these fast laps at the end and halfway through, but it didn't matter, right? Like, he probably could have turned it off if he needed to, but he was mature and smart enough to be like, nope, I'm gonna just take the win. And I don't know. I see a lot of growth that he's done since last year, and I think that will, carry over to next year for him. But yeah, the rest of the class, no surprise. Obviously, Max, kind of bad few races, but started out good. I expect him to turn it around. Levi's got so much potential and could win, but he's got to get himself in better positions. Houston, he did, but he, just didn't quite have it, which I think is fine. That's fair. I think Hayden is still the leader of the class. Levi was up there with him, and then this past weekend he put in some good laps, but he was also catching up from behind. So kind of with nothing to lose, you're just kind of hanging it out. But I would love this weekend to see Levi and Hayden and Max and whoever else just start together and just, have a nice battle. Let's see who the best man is, whatever. So
can't argue.
It's been exciting. Yeah, it's been an exciting season, honestly, watching so far.
Yeah. Go ahead, TJ.
Yeah, so you have, I mean, obviously you know this, but you have ridden with, trained with, been teammates with some of the biggest names in the industry and been around all of them, some of the greatest riders. Have you ever thought about putting together like articles or podcasts, something like that, of stories from some of the things that you did? I mean, because you're really good at telling stories and communicating your thoughts towards people. You ever put any thought into that?
Yeah, I mean, I think that'd be cool. I haven't really thought about that, honestly. I usually just get on here and, BS with you guys and tell you what's on my mind. But that is true. I mean, I've been fortunate enough throughout my career, and I've been fortunate to have a long career that I had. And throughout that time, even back into my amateur days, I've
for sure
have been around the best guys in the world, racing dirt bikes. So, obviously with James Stewart growing up, and obviously Malcolm's like a little brother to me, now, and he's doing awesome nowadays too. And then from him to riding with Chad and Michael Byrne, those guys, learned a lot from them. And then more recently, last 5-10 years of my career, being around like Kenny, even before we were teammates, being around him a lot, and just everybody there, Sandbox, that's come and gone through there. You can pretty much name everyone, Chase, Sexton and Cincerillo, Anderson's there now, and there's so many people. And then spending a little bit of time with Eli a few years ago out at his place for a week, and then being in California with him and testing with Yamaha, getting to see Eli, not at the racetrack, and seeing him at home and, at private places, and just what he does, when he's practicing and stuff. Yeah. A lot of awesome memories and stuff that I was fortunate and blessed to go do, and thankful, that I got to go be a part of a lot of that stuff. So yeah, that's a good idea. We'll have to put something like that together or something. I don't know. I don't know if I can do that on my own. We'll have to
well, I'm about to say, we have one of the guys here who runs this podcast, maybe your biggest fan. And we could do once a month. He can just do a podcast with you and
story
talk
time,
about story time stuff, because like I said, like you brought up, and I didn't even think about the amateur group that you came up with. Even from there all the way through, it could be some amazing stories.
Yeah. My dad could chime in on a lot of those too. Like for me, how much like the Alessi drama and hype and all that stuff growing up. I mean, me and Mike are the same age, and Davey knows that, so we all grew up racing together. So I was in the middle of all that through all those years, from literally on a 50 all the way through, until I turned pro, and throughout.
You got amateur. You got to spend the amateur years with Lasergate kind of people.
Yeah. Through that, and with Stewarts and stuff too. Obviously, James growing up and his amateur career, and even Ricky a little bit at the beginning there for a little while, because he's a Florida boy, whatever, Dade City guy. So, a lot of cool stories. Honestly, a lot of stuff because it goes by so fast. Like it doesn't. I started riding like when I was like about 6 years old, whatever, and racing. And like, I'm 38 now. So like, I think like that's like 32 years of doing this. And even when I think back to like when I started riding at 50, like my first year at Loretta's, whatever, like it doesn't seem that long ago. But then when you think about it, how much stuff that you've done like from then till now, it's like, gosh, you don't realize, but when you start thinking about it, there's like, gosh, I completely forgot about that. Like there's so much stuff. Like honestly, like the life I've got to live to this point is like more than people do in a lifetime, like traveling and all the stuff I've gotten to do since I was a kid. And like I said, obviously super thankful for it. My family's always been, help me get to where I am, and, and start me off on all this stuff. And just, so many stories that you don't even really think about until you like intentionally go back and think through it all.
Right.
So definitely can come up with some, some good stories and stuff throughout all the years. That'd be kind of cool to do.
Yeah, it would be. Okay. A couple more things for you. I've got one more question, and we got like a listener question or two. So we've been trying to do this, have you on the show for a couple of weeks, but you were thinking there might be some news coming, and there still may be, but since we don't have news of what your future looks like just yet, what would be ideal? Like, what would you want to do? What would your dream position be? Let's say a month from now, somebody comes to you and says, hey, can you do this? What would it be?
Yeah. I mean, to be honest, I don't really know. And I know it maybe sounds bad, whatever. But I don't think okay. So So I say I don't really know, but I've put a lot of thought into it, right? And just back and forth with myself and talking to my family and my wife and everything. So I think now I've kind of realized that, like, I'm not gonna know until I just do something, right? Like, I'm like, man, do I want to like go and train and coach? Like, I love teaching kids from like beginners to pros, right? Like, I'd love to help guys learn to ride, you know, get better at riding Supercross. I'd love to go help like Chase Sexton, right? Or like those kind of guys. Not that I can beat him by any means, but like I can still watch and see and help him, you know, whatever. Like anywhere from like a kid on a 50 to like Chase, right? Or, you know, somebody like that. Like, I love that, like using my eyes, my knowledge, my experience. Like, how can I help this person? I can help a kid on a 50 different than I can help Chase, and so on, you know, everything in between. So like, I love that aspect of things. I love testing and, you know, the motorcycle development and I love riding in general, obviously. And then I love the business side of it, the management side of it. And, you know, when I say management, I even mean like, and I don't mean this in like a look down way, but like being in charge of a group of people, right? Like mechanics and suspension guys and motor guys, like to just be the leader of that group and like, you know, get the best out of everybody, right? Like get the best suspension we can get, the best motor, the best mechanics, and like just a good environment, good group of people that work together. Good. Like, I would love to like that side of it too. So that's what I don't really know, because I do enjoy so many different aspects of potential like jobs and positions that I could do. So, I mean, maybe the ideal one is like a team manager position where I have like the management, you know, crew working side of things, business side of things, but I can also, you know, get out to the track and help the guys a little bit and be at the races to help them at the races, you know, with that kind of stuff. So like that maybe is like an ideal thing. And that's kind of what I've initially thought that I would like to do. Obviously there's not a ton of, you know, positions like that in our sport. So something would have to open up or come along, you know, to do that. And there's some, you know, I have some irons in the fire that we're talking about, you know, even like that, like, but a position like that. I've had people reach out to me just about testing and stuff like that. I'm still, the door hasn't completely shut on Suzuki stuff. Okay. They've got some hurdles they got to kind of overcome that they're trying to work through. It's been going on for a couple months though. So we both want to keep working together, but from the R&D testing side, they kind of have some things to work through. Mm-hmm. So I'm hoping that works out, you know, whatever, and we'll see if it can, you know, if it can work and whatever. So that's still a potential, because since last year, you kind of know, like, that's what we've intended to do is that, you know, the team wanted to keep me and keep helping with testing. And if there ever is a new bike coming out, like I told them I'd love to be a part of, you know, helping with that. So, of course, yeah, just nothing done for sure yet. Still a possibility, but obviously the longer it goes on, it's like, who knows if it's going to happen. Yeah. Cause like I said, they have some hurdles that are coming through, but I've talked to, there's a handful of teams that have reached out to me, to, you know, anywhere from testing, coaching, managing, also some fill-in rides that kind of got thrown my way, whatever, that just, you know, didn't really want to do whatever, at the time. So yeah, just, we'll see what happens. Okay. I've had meetings. I have another one tomorrow, with some people, and, I'm hoping I can get to figure it out soon. But I also, like I said, I don't want to rush into anything either. I want to make sure it's the right fit, and I'll be able to give my best to whoever that is. So yeah, we'll see what happens.
All right. TJ, did you have something you wanted to ask him?
Well, it was kind of a joke, but
go ahead.
Yeah, my son Doc Smith is racing Supercross. He's riding a Suzuki, and he's looking for somewhere to ride in Florida before Daytona. I'm just saying, I guess if you're bored, he could use all the help in the world. I'm just saying.
Well, it might happen. I don't know. We'll see.
He can make night shows, but he just can't seem to. I mean, he's missed the main event like 4 times by 1 spot. You know, kind of one of those deals.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll see what I'm doing, but you just got to keep working, right? Just try to improve what your weakness is, and just get better and better, and keep putting yourself in that position, and it'll happen eventually if you don't give up.
All right, Kyle Chisholm tonight, brought to you by Guts Racing. Last one for you is a listener question from our Discord channel. This is from Soul505. He said, let's see, which one do I want to use? If you had to put a team together, kind of like you were talking about a little bit, you had to pick one person to fill a spot, who would you choose? So he's basically saying, like, you can pick one 450 rider, one 250 rider. Who would they be?
Like anybody in the that's racing.
Yeah, that's too. I feel like that's too easy.
Kind of open. And I mean, yeah, because like right now in a 250 class, you want to pick Hayden, right?
Yeah. So obviously, this is your opinion. This isn't who's best and who is. So who would you want? How about give me a guy you'd like to work with?
Yeah, guys that you would enjoy working with.
I mean, I might be a little biased just because I spent some time around him, obviously, but I like Levi Kitchen a lot. I think he has so much potential. He's so like good, like technique on the bike and, stuff like that. And we see that each week, but like, he's just missing that, like being more solid, like in a better position. That's where Hayden is beating him right now. He's got speed, but we got to like harness it better and like, do exactly what Hayden's doing right now. Like last year, Hayden was kind of like Levi this year, like bad start, catch up, fall over, a lot of potential and speed, but like just didn't make it all happen. We're like this year, that's where Deegan's improved is he's like putting himself in good position. If he's not, he's patient, he works his way up and he ends up winning or, he's right there at the front every time. So like Levi would be a really like fun person to work with just off the top of my head. There's so many, but like I said, I'm a little biased just because I've spent a lot of time around him and I see him during the week and stuff like that. So he would be awesome. And then honestly, Chase is another one. Like obviously Jet is amazing, but like he's pretty damn good. And like he has a lot of stuff figured out, right? That's why he's able to win so much. But I feel like Chase, kind of like Levi, has so much potential that if you could just harness it and whatever, he could be as dominant as Jet more consistently, right? So I would say those two guys, like from a standpoint of like be cool to work with them and try to help and bring out the best in them. They're both faster than me and both will beat me obviously right now, but that doesn't mean that they can't use help. I've always in our sport it's weird because like a lot of guys like top guys, none of them have like a riding coach or anybody that helps them.
Yeah.
But in every other sport, every other professional sport, all of them have a coach. Tiger Woods had a golf coach. Like they all, like Ricky Fowler's got a swing coach. Football players have, the linebackers have a linebacker coach and a head coach and an offensive coordinator. Like there's so many people that watch. They have trainers in the gym. Like they have so many people around them because like, yeah, they're the best. But that doesn't mean somebody else doesn't know something. Like you can know and watch and see something. I might not be able to do what I'm like telling you to do, but you can do what I'm telling you to do. Mm-hmm. But if you don't know you need to do that or need to work on that, you might not do it. Right. So like I could watch, say, like just for example, Chase and be like, well, I can't go that fast. Like I can't do what he's doing, but I can see a couple of things that he could do better for himself that would help him to be better, or even just mentally, like, what are you thinking about or whatever, what I mean? Like helping that aspect too. That, like I said, not that I'm better by any means, but that doesn't mean that you can't still use help and have a coach. So that's stuff that if I had a team, it'd be cool to work with. I'm just picking those two guys, and again, I'm friends with both of them. So I'm a little, biased, whatever, just because I've spent a lot of time around both of them. But they both, what intrigues me is they both have such a high ceiling and potential that it'd be awesome to be able to benefit them at all, right? Like if I could help them at all, like how cool would that be to like help them just get to that next little bit of a level? So,
yeah, that'd be awesome. I like the idea. I think there's maybe a little too much ego with the riders at the top level sometimes for that. Or but you're right though. A lot of times, and Steve says this all the time when people talk shit on, because he's just a media guy or whatever, any media guy is like, but you don't have to necessarily race at that level to see and know what's going on. That kind of translates. So I actually like that. I think those are two really good picks.
Yep, exactly.
All right.
Go ahead. One other thing I wanted to touch on when you're asking me like, what do I want to do? Also, the other thing I haven't, like, just for people that want to see me race. So many people are always like, writing me stuff like, "Oh, we missed you at the races. Are you going to race at all?" I haven't also ruled out, like, I still like riding and racing stuff. So like, and I said this before I actually retired, whatever too, is like, I just don't want to race full time anymore. Mm-hmm. Like I didn't want to do the grind of 30 something weekends a year, whatever. But depending on what I do, it doesn't mean I don't want to never race again. So like, I've still kicked around the idea of like, man, it'd be cool to go race like Daytona. It'd be cool to go race just some races I want to do. Right. Like, so I haven't ruled anything out. I actually have an offer to go to Costa Rica and race, which is when Daytona is.
Yep.
So I might be going down there. I think Dino's actually going down for that race. And I've actually got a little interest from the Brazil Supercross thing. Nothing for sure, but just, talking to some people there. And like even World Supercross, I've said all along, like I wouldn't mind going through World Supercross again. Was it 5-6 races or whatever it's going to be?
Mm-hmm.
So like, I haven't ruled that out either. Like I might just hang out at home and hit some races here and there that I want to do and travel a little bit. And like I said, hopefully, go get paid to race my dirt bike a little bit more still, just not that constant grind week in and week out where I'm just gone from the family all the time. So yeah, I have, like I said, I'm probably going to Costa Rica. And if not, who knows, maybe I'll show up to Daytona. I haven't ridden since World Supercross. So I've been like 2 months off the bike.
Yes.
We only got a couple of weeks to go, but I'm actually going to ride tomorrow. So tomorrow will be the first day riding since South Africa. So going to go ride a little bit tomorrow. And,
what's that race in Costa Rica? I've heard about it. My sister and my brother-in-law just moved down to Costa Rica. Yep. I was going to send him information, but I couldn't find anything about it.
There's not a lot I haven't seen. It's I think it's called like X Fight or X Nights or something like that. But okay. Nights like a night and art, like KNIGHT, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
It's like X Nights, whatever. But there's like a big freestyle show and there's Supercross. Awesome. It's on the 28th, so same Saturday as Daytona, which is a bummer. Because even if I didn't race Daytona, I still wanted to go like just be there.
Yeah.
But I'm 99% sure I'll probably be in Costa Rica and do that race. Like I said, I got reached out, I don't know, a few weeks ago about it, and I'm like, well, I'm not doing anything else, and if it makes sense to do it, like, shoot, I'll go down and have some fun and race my dirt bike and go to Costa Rica, cool place to go, and yeah, so that's what I mean, stuff like that. I might go do some races here and there if no actual like job works out that I like really want to do. Like I have some offers right now and some other people I'm talking to. So I have some options. I'm just trying to kind of weigh out what I exactly want to do, but I also haven't still ruled out like, shoot, maybe I'll come just do a few races here and there and travel around a little bit and maybe do that for a year before I settle into like a team manager spot or something like that. So we'll see.
I like it. Well, keep us up to date. Chiz, we definitely miss you at the races when we're there and miss watching you, but thank you for your time tonight, as always.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you guys for having me. I always enjoy talking to you guys.
All right, take care. Thanks.
All right, thanks, guys. Bye.
That's Kyle Chisholm tonight, brought to you by Guts Racing. Always good to have Chiz on. Lots of good information. Before we move on real quick, Hammer sent me the information. If you are going to be at Arlington Supercross and want to come hang out at Billy Bob's, Texas on Friday night, February 20th, Aaron Plessinger, Honky Tonk, Mini Moto Rodeo, 4 p.m. to 7 p.m., AP Shooting Debris, 6 p.m. to 8 p.m., so he's going to be hanging out. Free entry to the first 100 guests.
Nice.
After that, cover is $18.
That's still not bad.
No, live music. Malat said that Carson Brown's going to be there also. Maybe some other Red Bull athletes.
I want to try to go check that out.
Yeah, he asked me if I was going to make it, so I think he's going to get me a band or whatever, a wristband.
Tell him to get two.
Tell your friend Carson. I can't do that. Me and Chase, you mean? Carson Brown is coming as well. Maybe some other surprise guests. So I think there's going to be some other really cool Red Bull athletes there.
That'll be cool.
Outside of Moto.
Yeah, we should go check that out.
Yeah,
we did something like that with in Stillwater, Oklahoma, with Guy years back. We had a big pit bike race inside the bar.
Oh yeah,
and but the race went through the bar.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
It was so much fun. It was like the most fun ever. It was so slick.
Did you ride it?
Yeah. It was so sketchy. And I got to race against Pastrana. He beat me.
Really?
I'm gonna post this.
He was in that race though?
Flyer
cool.
to my Instagram.
Cousins.
Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
And Kenny Barstrom was in it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, they're all related.
I'm going to post this flyer to my Instagram, just to my page, so it's there. There's not really like a website or anything, but it at least has all the information, the address, everything.
Heck yeah.
So if you guys want to check it out.
If you can't find Billy Bob's in Fort Worth.
Yeah, well, it has the times and all that on it. But yeah, so, that's cool, man. Yeah, I think I went to the Texas Live thing a couple times where he rode the bull and hung out, and like Jace from Gypsy and Milan and all those guys were there. It's pretty cool. So that sounds like a fun time. Let's see. Who's got a Cherubies? Do you remember?
That was me.
Okay.
It was.
We gotta find it. Hold on.
Great radio. That's on me though. I should have told you ahead of time.
It started with a passion for the ride and then the drive to build something better. Cherubies became more than a name. It became the armor for every rider who believes in pushing past limits. Our plastics aren't just parts. Their identity. Every line, every curve are built from decades of innovation. From world championships to your local track, a Cherubies stands for protection, performance, and pride in the ride. This is a Cherubies, born from racing, built to last. Get your full plastic kits, handguards, fuel tanks, bike stands, skid plates, disc covers, linkage guards, and even more.
Yeah, thanks to Talon Volin and Brian Fullerton for hooking us up, taking care of us. CherubiesUSA.com. Let's do Renthal. I'll do Renthal. When you think motocross handlebars, you think Renthal. Why? Because Renthal has been the worldwide leader in motorcycle handlebars for over 50 years, racking up 285 U.S. and 268 world titles. Renthal continuously lands on the podium with teams including Honda, HRC, Red Bull KTM, Monster Energy Pro Circuit Kawasaki, and HEP Progressive Suzuki teams. Whether it's the Fat Bar Twin Wall or the OG 7/8s, Renthal bars are unmatched. Renthal is also ahead of the game with their sprockets and grips, and don't forget, you can now go straight to the source with Renthal.com's new direct-to-consumer shopping for your motorcycle, mountain bike, and street needs, and free shipping on orders $99 and up. And keep in mind, there's some casual wear coming soon. Keep an eye out for that because you really haven't been able to buy Renthal casual wear ever, really?
I've had a Renthal t-shirt years ago that it was like I'd never seen another one. I forgot how I was working at a dealership when I got it, but it just said Renthal across the chest, and I held on to that thing forever. I still have it.
Yeah, over on my hat rack on top there's an older Renthal hat. I don't remember how I got that either, but they're not that common, so they will be available soon. It's really cool. Check out the 661 bar that Eli Tomac, the Fat Bar, he's been pretty dominant on, other than a couple of little issues, but it's a good bar. I'm a 672. That's my bend. That's what I like, but Renthal, man, it doesn't get any better. So check out Renthal.com. Let's see. Yeah, we've got 15 before we got to get Hudson on. So let's do the T-Bolt USA top 5. Sometimes you just want to cut loose with your buddies and shred your Yamaha TTR 110, your Honda CRF 110, or even your CRF 50. Maybe you have a Kawasaki KLX 110 or 140, or even a vintage Honda Z50 or CT70. Regardless of what pit bike you have, T-Bolt USA's warehouse has you covered on pit bike parts and accessories. You can find BBR and Pro Taper handlebar kits, D&M shocks, and even full bikes from YCF, Pitster Pro, and Piranha. T-Bolt USA is fully stocked to meet your needs, so visit tboltusa.com, order your parts, and go bang some bars with your buddies. Tonight's T-Bolt USA top 5 was suggested by Scotty. It is your top 5 Winter Olympic sports, but before we get into that, let's look at some of our listener responses from Discord.
Can we say that like this got brought up because of y'all hating on the Olympics?
I just brought it up because the Olympics are on right now.
Yeah, but was that in the group message? Were you in the group message when they were making fun of the Olympics? I think
it's the other one.
Oh. So in the one good group
that his employees are in, but not him.
Yeah,
so retarded.
Wow.
Yeah. So the whole, I guess that would be what it should have been. My what do you call it? Grill your ass off.
Bring the heat.
Bring the heat was how much everybody that I know like hates on the Olympics, and they're so good.
I don't remember hating on it. I'm not interested in it.
It's just. Like, I don't care about the things that are judged.
Yeah.
But, like, the competition, just...
Okay.
People just...
You realize that you do this... The same thing that you're mad at right now, you do that about football that we like to enjoy.
Yeah, exactly.
You do the exact same thing.
But football's dumb.
Oh, it's
okay,
awesome.
Okay.
It's way, in my opinion, it's way more exciting than any sport in the Olympics.
Football's scripted.
I just don't understand how...
Definitely not, because the Super Bowl sucked. If somebody wrote that script, they should be fired.
Yeah, that was a bad script.
Okay, so it's the scripted the same way WWE is. Go ahead.
Okay, anyways, like, my whole thing on that is why, like, in Moto people, I love you guys, keep listening to the show, MotoXpod.com, all the above, but Moto people are really bad about this. Like, if it's not Moto, like, oh, I'm just here for the motocross stuff. Like, dude, there's more to life than just one thing. Like, I just like how hard is it to just kind of be a little cultured and enjoy a little bit of everything? Like, maybe some things, like, I don't really like tennis. I've never really gotten into it.
I love tennis,
but like, there's other things that I like. Like, I like
other things too.
It's just a lot of people
but some things I don't like. Like, I don't like the Olympic sports are somewhat boring.
It's not about the individual sports. It's about the overall competitive nature of representing your country. It's just kind of a special thing.
Well, the whole thing with me and football is I just don't understand why it's so popular compared to other things. Like, it doesn't make sense to me. That's the whole thing. But anyways, but Olympics,
with you, that's pretty on track. Like, you don't understand why anything that's popular is popular.
not anything.
My point
For the
was
most part.
My point was you're ranting about a thing that you do to us about watching
It's just
football.
It's just football. Football's dumb. Like, it does.
And
You
music
think it's dumb, but most of us think it's the most fun sport to watch.
But that's what I just like. Anyways,
All right.
All right.
Where's your top 5?
We're going to
Olympics,
jump
Winter
back.
Olympics?
Last week, the top 5 was it your suggestion? It was like weird
on a roll.
crashes or parts.
yeah.
And we got some responses on Discord that I didn't get to. So Soul505, who's been really clearly very involved lately, I want to thank him for that. He's been
Sweet.
sending DMs. He's been in Discord. I'm just going to read like his top one, and I think I have one other one. So number 1, it isn't a good idea to take a nap trackside. I had an 05 YZ125, and I had done my first few races since I was a kid. They'd gone good considering I was a complete beginner, but with any of my races I do, my only goal is not to come last. This crash was on the 19th, June 22nd. Oh, of 22. Sorry. 19th, June 22. They do their dates backwards from us.
He remembers the date.
From what I remember, I had a good first and second race, but the start of the third race didn't go too well. My throttle stuck on and bucking broncoed me off, and I was out cold. I don't remember the start of the third race, the crash, or even going to the hospital. He goes on, but that's the gist of it. I'm just going to read some short pieces of these because we have a lot to get to. MX Nut 23. My top 5, leg jumping my BMX bike and end up slicing my shin, requiring 5 inside stitches, 11 on the outside. So that's. I'm just gonna read that one. He has a bunch more, and I didn't even save his number 1. Sorry, man. We're just reading a little bit, trying to share. I appreciate you guys getting involved. Okay, top 5 favorite Winter Olympic sports. TJ, you want to go first or last?
I don't care.
Go first.
I don't care.
Okay, number 5 is the alpine skiing. It's
Okay.
when they come down the hill.
Yep.
This year's
That's the speed. Like,
They're
they're
this
straight.
year's track, they're getting like 90 miles an
I know.
hour.
I saw that. I was watching it the other day.
Do
They were
they
going
call it a track or a course?
to course.
Okay.
course,
Yeah, they were. There's a couple of guys got well over 90.
Yeah,
like
90
91.
miles an
Sweet.
hour coming down the
Yeah.
hill and like just
Off camber.
oh, yeah, the off-camber section
Yeah,
is so
it's
sick.
insane.
Yeah, that's bad. That's
and
cool.
It's just a game of it, and the way that they set it up on most of these is like if you're the worst qualifier or the worst, you go first to the fastest. So the worst guy who goes first has the
best snow.
He has the best time, and then the next guy behind him can beat him, but usually
Yeah.
it's beating him by a little bit. And
It just keeps getting better and better and better and
faster
better.
and faster and faster until the end. It's really
Is
good.
it like moto though, where the course gets worse?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
And then luge, and that's the one where they lay down with their feet forward.
Yeah.
The women's luge this year was just like it was really really good. That's just watch it, the men and women, but the women's was real.
I was gonna say if y'all miss Lee Diffie, that's what he calls. So you can
Yeah,
go.
Lee Diffie was on there, and he does a good job.
He does good. Do a good
Okay,
job.
that the speed skating, but the short track is like is more to me than the long track speed skating. This is where they use the same ice they use for figure skating, and it's if you watch it, like the guy like the ice is real soft because the figure skaters are also on it. So it's. It sounds crazy, but the ice changes throughout the night. It's really cool.
I can see that.
A skeleton is like the downhill with the face forward.
Yep.
That's insane. I don't know how that's legal. Like, can you?
I thought it
imagine-
got banned.
No, it's still a thing. And then my number 1 favorite thing to watch, whether it's mixed doubles or team, is I love watching curling in the Winter Olympics. It is so exciting. It's so fun. It's like watching a game
Weirdest human.
of chess bowling. You know what I'm talking about? It's just like it's insane, and what they can do. I don't know. I love it. So that's then my number 1 favorite thing every time the Winter Olympics come up, and I don't miss any of the matches that I can, especially if Team America is.
Yeah, they almost won.
Let's
mixed doubles.
Before you go.
Mixed doubles, I know
Yeah,
they were in the
close.
final. I was so close, and it was all because of Corey. Well, they're both Corys, but the male Corey, they went for a shot. They shouldn't have gone for it. They could have held on. They would have went into overtime with the hammer, and they would have just 1 point is all they would have needed.
Talking about?
It was insane. I was so mad.
Remember the point that I just made earlier about having an open mind and being cultured? You're not doing that right now.
Oh, it's so good.
All right. Our Discord chimed in. Soul 505. Bobsleigh, figure skating. There's a video that's gone viral of a guy pulling a backflip, which is pretty cool. Luge.
I can't get into the figure skating.
Skeleton. Snowboarding.
Wait, did you say? Did he say that figure skating somebody did a backflip?
Yep.
Oh, interesting.
I've seen that a couple times. Yep. Woodrow 303 said snowcross 5 times. That's his favorite. The snowcross not even in it, but I agree. Snowcross is cool.
It is.
Is it?
Okay,
no,
hold on.
it's not in the
Can I do
Olympics.
my top 5?
You don't want me to finish the Discord list?
Oh, yeah, I will. Well, you can, yes.
Snowcross is not.
Just continue and I'll explain it.
Okay. All right. Then Donnie Berger, speed skating, snowboarding, half pipe, curling, downhill, long jump, bobsleigh. Then Woodrow 303 said, what's the new one where there's chicks that jiggle their butts on a bobsled? That'd be the skeleton there, Woodrow. So that is, I think that's all of our Discord that I say. Yep. Go ahead and do yours now.
Okay. So mine are actually, I have a different order, but the same things that you had, basically. 5, I had curling.
So good.
I like watching curling. 4, I had speed skating. I like both. The short track's a little more interesting, but the long track is, I think, better racing in the long run.
Oh yeah, closer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then I kind of put the luge, bobsledding, skeleton all into one. That's my number 3. And then 2 is alpine skiing because they're just
It's so fast.
so insane. The off camber stuff just blow my mind. If it looks like that on TV, I can't imagine.
That's a good point.
What it's like. If it looks that insane on TV, there's no telling.
They're almost putting their shoulder on the.
I don't know how they do that. How those skis hold on to the side of the mountain. It's insane. And then the number 1 is this. It's snowcross, but it's snowboarding cross. They have like a track basically down the hill. 4 of them go at a time, and it's basically like a supercross down a hill on the snowboards. They do it.
That is not on the list of winter sports, Olympic sports on Olympics website though.
It is.
I googled it because I wasn't sure what all sport. I didn't see it. Maybe I missed it.
So
I don't know that it's exact, but it's basically called snowcross.
That sounds cool. I didn't know that.
Well, they have it under like snowboarding. They'll have all the different.
What I looked at like listed every single event, and then it would have a description. So I was looking at the
you.
ones I didn't know, and I didn't see that one. I'm sure I just missed it. That if that's a thing.
Snowboard cross, SBX.
Well, I'm going to add that to my list and take out something else because that sounds way cooler than most of the other ones I could think.
I like how he's adding stuff to his list of what he thinks would be cool.
Well, I don't watch the Winter Olympics because I don't really enjoy it. So I had to kind of go through and say, well, if I was going to watch, I'd watch these. Like, so my number 1 is snowboarding, half pipe.
Yeah.
My number 2 is ice hockey. I really enjoy hockey.
Do you?
Yeah. I mean, much like football, it's a really cool sport.
I haven't watched.
Not as cool as football in my opinion, but it's up there. I don't watch it enough. But anyway, I'm going to add your snowcross. Snowcross, I thought what he meant was
yes,
snow,
but
anyway.
in the World Olympics, it's called snowboard cross.
Okay,
Yeah.
snowboard cross. Okay, gotcha. I put alpine skiing. I put freestyle skiing because they're on the half pipe, so they do.
Yeah, the
tricks.
half pipe's cool.
But then I quote unquote put curling just because I find it funny. Because of how freaking serious they are about something so corny.
That's so.
Dude. Like I wish I understood.
Do you know why they're doing that?
Yeah, they're shaving the ice so to adjust the speed and the direction
Not
of it.
shaving it. They're heating it up to make it.
Heating it. Okay.
Wet. Yeah.
It's like,
but it's.
I wish I understood it.
Take it way too serious.
I wish I understood it more, but dude, they're like the shots that they're doing those things is insane. Like, but
snowboard cross.
Yeah, it's really cool.
That's cool.
There's like really good battles, dude. And they're like if Vince Freezy ever retires from motocross and wants to go to that, they T-bone this crap out of each other.
Yeah, in the corners. Yeah. I think just listening to what y'all are saying, and you were talking about what do you call it, hockey. I guess I'm just not a huge fan of a lot of team sports.
Clearly,
I like individual sport, but
curling's a team sport. But anyways,
I said
most. All right, our next guest of the night is on the phone. He's going to be brought to you, as always, by ETS Racing Fuels. ETS Racing Fuels was forged from the heat of competition, nearly 30 years ago, developing purpose-engineered fuel. Well, I really screwed that word up. Purpose-engineered fuel for high-profile teams in highly competitive series. We have been the power behind many podium wins ever since. Teams using ETS racing fuels have won more than 50 national and world champion titles, and we continue to forge new alliances and partnerships across motorsports. ETSRacingFuels.com. Can you imagine if you mix ETS Racing Fuels championships with Renthal's championships, how much winning you would do? So get you
All
some
of it.
Renthal bars,
All the winning.
get you some ETS Racing Fuels.
You'll never
and
lose.
You're gonna win. X-Brand goggles
Yep.
for clear vision. But tonight, ETS Racing Fuels brings us for Turd's Take our buddy Hudson Short. How we feeling, Hudson?
What's up, guys? How are you?
We're good. We're good. Glad to hear your voice. You sound good. How you feeling?
Yeah, I'm doing all right. I'm getting a lot better day by day, so that's really cool to see. And yeah, I'm slowly getting there.
So walk us through Spring-a-Ding, right? What happened?
Yeah. So I got hurt at the worst possible time for timeline amateur wise because I'm barely not going to be able to do Spring-a-Ding. I got hurt at a place called Texas Tornado. It's in Houston.
Yep.
And it was just a freak accident. I was riding a motocross track. It was right before Houston Supercross. And they have a Supercross track there too. So all the Supercross pros were riding that. Nobody still saw it. But yeah, it was just a freak accident on a small jump. I don't remember what happened. I was out for a pretty long time. I think it was, my dad thinks it was like 3 to 5 minutes, something like that. Yeah, and it wasn't good in the beginning. But yeah, I don't remember anything until the ambulance got there, and came away with I think T4 to T8 compression fractures in my spine on the main column of it, and then also that concussion. But I'm pretty lucky still.
Yeah, it sounds like it. Now, are you in like a back brace kind of thing?
No, I'm actually really lucky. I didn't get a turtle shell. We thought at first, my mom thought I was going to have to get surgery, just like my dad's incident right after Houston Supercross.
That's what I was about to say.
Ago.
It was like, yeah.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, because your dad was in the press box that night, and then he got hurt like the next day.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he got hurt at the same place, too.
Wow.
Yeah, same place. I just got hurt before, and he got hurt after. But yeah, just a freaking incident. He got hurt on a straightaway. I got hurt on a small double. It's dirt bikes, and I've done a lot gnarlier things, in my opinion, and nothing's happened. Mm-hmm. But it was just a freak accident. Yeah, stuff happens.
And Dad said on his Instagram that he did not handle it near as well as Mom did. So, yeah, how's Dad handling it now? Is he kind of like, oh, you're done, Hudson, you're done?
No. He was, for the first week, he was like depressed mode. He was like, my rider's hurt. And he was acting like he was my mechanic. I mean, he is my mechanic, I guess, sometimes. But yeah, he was all depressed mode, and then he got all happy because he started riding because he realized he didn't have to do my stuff.
Yeah,
it's been a roller coaster for him. Yeah, he's good now. I think he knows since I ride, and he's went through it too, that it's dirt bikes and things can happen, and it's not if, it's when.
So the rumors aren't true that it was because you lost concentration because you were too worried about Prado going to get another podium and you're going to lose a bet that didn't cause the wreck?
That might be true.
He said, I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember anything. So
I don't remember making that bet.
Yeah, he doesn't even remember the bet. That's what it is. Yeah.
Hey, I'm still holding strong on my bet.
Oh, bro, like I get like he's the fastest qualifier. Like today's gonna be. I'm just like I'll tee up the message. I'm like I'm about to send him a message right now on Instagram, and then he gets like 7th or 8th. I'm dead gummit, not again.
See, and I was planning on coming down to your place that weekend, and then he got hurt again. So I guess I'll just
don't lie.
Oh, dark side. That's funny.
But so what's the recovery process, recovery time? Is it like, I mean, can you go outside and like, how careful do you have to be right now? What's your rehab?
Well, they didn't give me any restrictions in the hospital. They said that, obviously no riding dirt bikes, for 6 weeks. So I was almost 6 weeks. And then I have to go back and get an X-ray and get checked again and MRIs and everything. And then we think I'll be released. But I'm not in too much pain anymore since about the 10-day mark. I'm at about like 15. I haven't been in much pain, and I'm feeling pretty blessed. I can go outside and go on walks and slight jogs sometimes, but it's just mainly walking and just zone 2, zone 1.
So you're talking about how good it is, but you got to be careful about that because your parents are listening, and so you can't use it as an excuse to get out of doing chores.
No. Mrs. Andrew Short still put me to work.
Yeah, you're not in the back brace. You get to it, right?
Yeah, I'm getting put to work.
So Hudson, when you were, realized that everything was relatively okay and that you were going to, back's okay, you're going to be able to walk and all that stuff, and you get the great news that it's only 6 weeks off the bike and stuff. Like, how long did the whole process take before you were, when can I ride, that kind of thing?
Honestly, it was weird. I got into the ambulance, and then I remember a brief little bit in the ambulance. My dad was in there, and then I opened my eyes again, and I was in the hospital, and my mom was there, and I was like, whoa, because we were like, TTMX is about 2 hours and 20 minutes from her house, something like that. So I was really surprised when I saw her, and she handles it really well. She's a first responder too. She's a volunteer first responder for our local fire department. So she's seen a lot, and she's really good at handling it through all my dad's injuries. So I think she got everything figured out where my dad was a little more scattered. Yeah. And so once she got there, she calmed him down, and she's good at asking nurses like all the different kinds of questions. And they learned a lot through my dad's back, what to ask about and like the main spinal column. But I should be pretty good as long as like nothing big happens, because if my spine like collapses, that's the only worry.
That's a worry.
That sounds bad.
That sounds like a worry.
Yeah.
It's like, it's fine as long as it doesn't collapse.
Yeah.
So, but during that, as you come to in the hospital, in the ambulance and all that stuff, were you scared that you weren't? Like, did you ever have that thought of like, oh, I may not be able to walk or anything like that?
Yeah, it was pretty sketchy when my dad got there, because we were doing moto, and there was a lot of other kids on the track, and I was just lifeless on the backside of the jump, and kids were jumping all around me. Oh. And so, I might have gotten landed on, I might not, I don't know. Maybe my thigh, but I really don't know, honestly. Yeah, I don't know. It's just crashed and stuff happened.
Yeah, well, we're obviously very thankful you're okay, and it's very scary for your parents. But when I saw the post, I saw you on the backboard, I was like, oh no, man. So really, really happy you're okay, man, because we do love you, man. You're a good kid, and we love your family, and we want obviously want you to be okay. So we're glad you're okay.
Thank you.
Well, I had one thing to say too, that one of the hardest, I guess you would call it, accidents to recover from is the ones where you don't know what happened. I had a buddy of mine who was a road racer that kind of told me that, and it's always stuck with me. The wrecks where you're like, yeah, I clipped this jump and I went over the bars and I crashed, and you're like, next time I'm not going to clip. But when you're coming back from a wreck where you don't know what happened, like you don't know what caused the wreck, it can cause a lot of mental, I guess, to get over, like, what do you call it?
You're concerned.
When you get back to riding, don't be too hard on yourself if you aren't where you want to be, because there's a lot of
lingering effects,
lingering effects of just mental effects, because you don't know what caused the wreck, you don't know what happened. So just remember that there's a chance of coming back from that, and it'll go away, and you'll be back to where you were.
Yeah, I hope I don't have any problems with that. It'd be nice if I didn't, but the only reason we can think of that I crashed is that I scraped a peg scrubbing up the lip, and that sent me over the bars, because we know I went over the bars.
Gotcha.
That's it. I didn't go side to side, really. We know I went over the bars, so that's really the only thing we know, just from looking at my helmet and all that stuff. And I'm really thankful for my fly helmet, even though I got knocked out, because the blunt force was on my head. I landed head first.
Yeah.
Fly formula. Yep.
It is formula.
Fly formula. Yeah, I'm really thankful for that. And I never really thought about, until y'all brought it up. Yeah, I never really thought about not being able to feel my legs or anything about that. It was just like I was in the ambulance. The first thought I had was like my racing, like what's going to happen. That was the only thought I had. Like really scared me, but
that's a true moto kid right
there.
Yeah. Well, I was really worried.
Weeks, yeah.
Sprinting's like, I mapped it out on the calendar. I was trying to convince my dad and everything, but it's going to be, I would have like 2 days on the bike before the race. And he's like, that's not happening.
No, you gotta put your best interest in play in that one. And going racing is not it. Before we let you go, give me one major thought on what we've seen in Supercross through the first 5 rounds. What stands out? When you think about the last 5 rounds, what's the first thing that comes to your mind?
The Cowie is really the problem.
Oh. Okay. We had that talk in the beginning of the show. So okay.
You know, like though we disagree on Prado, we 100% agree on that.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, Chase, I don't know if it's the bike for Chase, because obviously it's just speculating because he's such a good athlete still, and he's probably still so strong in the head. But I don't know if it's a mental problem with Chase the last few weekends, or even like Plessinger was about to pass him in the main. And I was like, what's going on? Like the train's coming off the rails here. So I don't know about that. Yeah, I don't know if it's the bike and the crew, if that's different from KTM, if you don't like that, or if it's the mental side.
Yeah, we may never know, or we may know more in the future. But yeah, there's some stuff going on, but it's still pretty early. So I think he's going to get the ship righted. Is that how you would say that?
Yep.
He's going to right the ship. So we will see.
I thought it was an island now.
He's still on a ship. All right, Turd. Well, we got to get Lewis Phillips on here in a minute, but I wanted to check on you, wanted to get an update, and I just want you to get better, man.
Yeah, thank you guys. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Tell your family I said hi, and I'm still coming down there.
Yeah. I'm marking it on my calendar.
Okay, do it now.
6 weeks.
You're coming the 29th. The 29th of one of these months.
One of these months.
The 29th.
I need to make the trips. I keep saying this, but I got back on the bike last weekend. I'm going to try to ride this weekend. Got a lot going on the next couple months, but because I'm going to a lot
of L26, Dark Side coming in hot. They're out of lens.
Well, you're right. I do have some Loretta's prep to do. So I will make a trip down there before Loretta's. How about that?
I like it.
Okay. So you got to get better, or at least be ready to be capable of giving me some pointers.
We've got to make the trip at least after Supercross, because one of us is riding in a tutu.
Oh, yeah.
No.
Oh, boy.
No.
All right.
We don't think about that.
All right.
We just think that he keeps spoofing his starts.
We're going to let you go. We're getting Lewis on, but thank you for letting us check in with you, and we'll talk to you real soon, buddy.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.
Okay. See ya. It's Hudson Short tonight. Did you put the little phone thing up? I meant that. Forgot. Yep. Cool. Yeah, we're gonna work on getting Lewis on here in just a second.
I did my job.
I appreciate that. I did write it down, didn't I? Yeah. Are you at all? Well, you know what? Shifting gears.
It's gonna be like the.
I want to give a shout out to Dirtworks, the SMX track crew, whatever they're actually officially called now, because they do generally do a really good job.
Mm-hmm.
Complain about certain things here and there, but this week, man, these guys are getting screwed. Right? They didn't start getting to bring dirt in until like 3:00 today, when normally they'd be starting on Monday, and they have to have the track ready for Saturday, and there's still a possibility of some rain. I doubt those guys are going to get any sleep in the next couple of days. And so I just want to give a shout out to them first of all, but just thinking ahead, do you think the track will be a very tamed down version of what the track map is because of lack of time and weather?
I think that it will be one of those deals where this is the perfect, all the excuses align for them to make the easiest, like, tamed down track. Does that make sense? Because they have short time, they have rain coming, they could build almost anything and say that those are the things that happen, and nobody's going to be that upset about it.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just going to be kind of like a live thing to like watch the radar, because I mean, I'm sure they're still going to be for tonight and tomorrow just kind of building the base of the track. They probably won't be building too many obstacles and stuff. They're just getting like the base built. So I guess it'll really kind of depend on how much they deviate from the original track plan.
Be interesting to see
tomorrow. You know, they're gonna have to do most of it on Thursday. I mean, Thursday's gonna be a hell of a day for them.
Well, we have the heat races on from Starcher Systems, and I don't think they're going to have whoops in it like they do see what we're seeing right now.
I don't know how indicative.
All right, let's get our next guest is on the line. He's on hold. Brought to you tonight by FXR, which is designed by racers for racers with industry-leading fit, finish, performance, progression is the name of the game with every new piece created. At FXR, we push our brand to the next level to provide you with the best products possible used by Malcolm Stewart, Garrett Marchbanks, Mike Brown, and many more. Visit FXRRacing.com. Tonight, FXR Racing brings us Alpine star, Kawasaki athlete, Lewis Phillips. What's going on, Lewis?
Yeah, a bit of a conflict of interest there with that sponsor, but never mind. I'll let it slide on this occasion.
I did, but you know what? I wear FXR gear and Alpine Star boots, so I feel like we're good.
I'm Alpine Star head to toe. So
how's that contract?
Put that in your pipe.
Is that?
He said,
well,
put that in your pipe.
I have to admit, Jamie, you just interrupted a call where I was running through some of my deliverables from tomorrow.
Well, you told me you were going to be ready.
Ready? Yeah, I'm ready. I didn't expect a call from Alpine Stars running through what they need, what assets they need from me tomorrow.
Well, one of the main reasons I got you on here is to talk about what is going on tomorrow, because I'm excited for this. Tell us what you're doing tomorrow.
Oh, the worst thing in the history of the world.
Are you gonna have an airbag chest pro?
No, they didn't have any in stock for me. I will have an airbag for the actual
gotcha.
Job spot, because that'll be even more dangerous. No, it's all gone tits up in a hurry.
Yeah.
Because Glenn Helen have posted on Facebook. Hold on, I'll pull it up here. They posted on Facebook, please hold. Due to today's rain, expect muddy track conditions tomorrow.
Yeah.
Oh no, you were worried.
An hour later, Kiefer texts me and said, "Gonna be deep tomorrow, so make sure to lift those legs up." GH got a lot of rain. This is all bad news.
Kiefer's just helping, though, right? He's just helping you out, right?
This is all bad news.
So for those that don't know, you're doing job swap with Chase Sexton and Kawasaki in the future. In the future. Okay, allegedly. To prepare for this, you are going to Glen Helen tomorrow to ride for the first time in 10 years?
11.
11 years.
Yeah, please get your facts right when reporting on my events. But yeah, so basically tomorrow is a test on whether job swap is even possible, because if I go out there and I feel unsafe and like I don't remember what I'm doing, then it's probably not the best idea. But if I'm capable enough of surviving, then I guess I'll go ahead and do it. But we are riding a wave, much like the person I'm swapping jobs with. Riding a roller coaster of emotion right now. There's some ups, there's some downs.
Yeah.
A lot of in between, you're not really sure. So here we go.
Did you happen to hear our discussion about Kawasaki Chase earlier and with Hudson?
No.
Okay. So we were talking about like, how do we feel if it's more bike or more Chase or whatever? And I was like, it's kind of 50-50 right now. But I don't know if you want to interject on what.
I was going to. It's not on this subject.
Do you have any thoughts that you can share on? Like I said, I feel like if Chase is not completely happy with the bike, then mentally he's one of those guys that can get inside his head a little bit. So it could be a little bit of both, right? If the bike's just not completely where he wants it yet, he might struggle mentally and also be struggling on the bike.
Yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be as black and white of not happy with the bike. It can just be like, yeah, this is fine, but I want more. That's kind of where Anstey's at. But I mean, yeah, 50-50 is a bit of a cop-out, but
yeah, I know.
It is true, isn't it? Because how can, it is ultimately a blend of both sides, and both sides have to have some accountability in this. You can't, if you blame just one side, which so many teams get into the game of, then I think relationship's over. So I think you kind of, in order to have a healthy relationship, you have to have a mix of yeah, we can be better, but also you can maybe be a bit better as well.
I also feel like 5 races is just too early to really say.
Yeah, and I mean, if you look at history, Chase tends to start well, as in he always wins in the first 5 rounds, but he does seem to be a bit hit and miss in the first 5 rounds. Like if you look, his worst results in a season typically do come in the first 5 for whatever reason. I'd imagine because that's the phase where you're really trying to zero in on what a bike does and how happy you are.
Yeah.
But clock's ticking. Can't give up too many more points. I mean, it's a little better situation now, just simply because Eli has moved a little closer within. But can't give up too much.
We do have a someone in our chat that just says it's HCR Mafia said Lou is going to debut the new Cowie 2-stroke since 4-strokes were not out when you rode last.
It's actually, as we all know, I'm a terrible journalist, and I spent 5 hours at Kawasaki yesterday, and they were telling me all of their dirty little secrets. And then as I drove off, I realized, I probably could have asked about the 2-strokes and got real answer.
Sorry, I had to interject that because it was just too funny.
All right, so Lewis, when you did ride when you were younger, did you ride a lot for like several years?
Yeah, a lot. This is what all of these numpties on YouTube do my head in, because it's like the whole, does Lewis even ride? I rode more in my first, from ages 5 to 16, let's say. I probably rode more in that time span than most do in a lifetime.
Okay.
Like I had my own track.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Then dude, you're gonna be fine, because like I went almost 7 years without riding, and then I went and rode, and I was really nervous. I was riding a buddy's bike, a track I had never rode before, and within like the first 2 laps, like I was jumping tabletops I was super sore the next day. Like I couldn't even hardly walk because my legs were not used to doing that. But like it's like riding a bike, Lou. You just get right back on it.
So that means that if I don't do that within 2 laps, I'm worse than Scotty, which is a new issue for me to contend with.
See how his mind works?
I was just trying to give you some comfort, Lewis.
It's so good.
Trying to be comforting, man.
There's already now a bar that I would rather exceed, but...
Well,
all right. That's not what I meant it as.
Tomorrow is going to be, I cannot wait. Like I told him earlier today, I'm like going to be on the edge of my seat all day waiting for the report. You know, Kiefer's going to be there. Mathis is going to be there. Kellen's going to be there. Maybe Michael Lindsay's going to be there. We don't know yet. It's a bigger deal than what Lewis wants it to be.
Yeah, but just...
it is funny. It is funny. And I do kind of... it is what it is. Ultimately, if I do this job swap thing, I'm probably going to have upwards of 600,000 people watching me ride, so I kind of need to get over it sooner rather than later.
Yeah, it seems like it's a really cool thing to do, and it's awesome when you have somebody in the same way it happened with Steve years back when he wasn't riding, and he kind of came back and found his niche of what he wanted to do with riding, and hopefully that happens with you. I mean, some of us here, like me and Jamie, haven't quit riding, but you and Scotty and all the other media people all quit riding.
God, I'm in Scotty's practically.
Well, I did say earlier, like, I hope this makes you want to ride more, you know, and maybe get a bike in Florida and figure that out. But yeah, I hope it brings that side of the passion back for you, where you want to do it.
No, I am trying to like maintain a productive mindset where this is like actually a real world thing. Like people do take this much time off. So like for me if I go on a podcast after tomorrow and go, you know what, it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Maybe that inspires someone else who has taken 10 years off to give it another go, you know? So I'm trying to I do want to kind of like document how it is accurately and not let my fear and negative emotions get in the way.
That's the point I was trying to make, is it's not going to be as bad as you think it is, Lou.
Yeah, well,
it's more.
It can't be really, because I've got the worst possible.
He's like the Joey Savacci of media. His glass is half full or half empty. Yeah.
The one thing I have to say I'm really excited about is, first off, thank you to Alpine Stars, who literally have hooked me up. I may as well be Chase Sexton. They've given me. I've got 3 different pairs of goggles. I've got different lenses in each goggle. I've got tear-offs. I've got roll-offs. I'm set for all, and they only want me to. I'm only meant to be wearing this gear once, so I'm set for whatever conditions are tomorrow. So thank you to them for that. And when I got back to my room, I tried it all on to make sure it'll fit, and I look fucking trick.
Hell yeah.
Well, you're going to have good vision with those goggles that look exactly like an X-Brand Lucid.
What's an X-Brand?
Touche, my friend. Touche.
All right. Before we go, let you go and you need to get a good night's sleep before your big day tomorrow. I want to get your FXR picks for Seattle.
I might make it to Seattle.
Well, that's why I want to get your picks now, just in case. Who's your podium 450 class?
Webb's won in Seattle the last 2 years, so I feel like that's a fairly safe bet.
Okay.
I'll go Chase second because he's been second the last 2 years, so that seems like a fairly safe bet. And Tomac third. I said this on LVK earlier, I have a weird little suspicion that Hunter will fall off the podium this weekend. Just because I think it's a bit of a different test on a 450, and I think that maybe some experience in 450 Supercross will shine through on this sort of battleground, let's say.
Well, since I'll go ahead and do mine right now then while you're on the phone. I don't have Hunter on mine either. But I don't have Chase. I have Cooper winning, ET second, Prado third.
I forgot about Prado.
Well, not TJ here. TJ may still be picking up for the championship for all I know.
He's got a chance. He's got a chance.
He's still in it. All right. Well, we can let you go, Lewis. I appreciate you jumping on. I am legitimately excited for you. I'm hoping you just have a total blast. It's not as bad as you think it's going to be. Even if you choose to not ride again, I hope you have a lot of fun.
It's muddy. How can it be fun? It's going to be survival.
Well, in
my head, I have Foxborough last year. That's what I'm going into.
There's that place. There's that place out there, Nuevo.
Yeah, but they're all going to Glen Helen. That's where the bike's being brought.
Oh, that sucks.
It's all set up.
Just go ride a little turn track or something while it dries out. You'll be all right.
Well, like there's a place out there that a lot of the pros go ride.
Yeah.
Behind that school, something Nuevo. I can't remember the name of it.
I don't either. But he would have loved that. Had more fun and been better off if Chris could have just brought him up to the Des since they got rain.
That's right.
Where nobody else is around. And it's just Chris and Steve and Aiden or whatever. But
it's somebody videoing him getting pissed off and chunking his goggles.
Chunking the goggles down the mountain. Yep.
I won't be getting pissed off. I'll just be tearful.
Well, Lewis, let me know tomorrow afternoon when you get a chance. I want to know how it goes.
Oh, well, if good or bad, I'm sure you'll be getting the Instagram bulletin.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping for your sake that doesn't happen because I know you don't want it to. But I'll be looking forward to the review.
Well, yeah, stay tuned to the local paper.
All right, Lewis. Thanks for some time tonight. And, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. See ya.
All right. See ya. That's Lewis Phillips. Keep an eye out on social media and all the, Fox News, CNN. There should be updates on News. Lewis Phillips. First time back in 11 years at the beautiful Glen Helen.
Yeah, I never got to ride there.
Mud. Awesome. TJ, what is your FXR picks for Seattle?
Well, since FXR is designed by racers for racers with industry-leading fit and finish and performance and progression. Do you read this?
Oh, I told you to read it, didn't I? Well, I read it before Lewis came on.
Oh, well.
Yeah, so.
Okay, well, never mind.
Sorry, that's on me. I forgot.
To do my job.
Well, you were focused on that.
Yeah.
By the way, if you're on YouTube right now, you can see Kellen Brower and the Start Your Systems MX Simulator.
The race is so good right now.
Pro Supercross races on in the background. I'm trying not to watch it so I don't get distracted. But, it's going on right now. We're going to be wrapping up the show in the next few minutes, so you can switch over to Start Your Systems YouTube channel and continue watching this great racing.
450's heats will be on when we get done.
Yeah, so go ahead, TJ, and give me your picks for Seattle.
I think we're going to get some rain. I think I'm going to give AP a win.
Oh,
a win. Okay.
A win. I think Tomac second and Prado third. I think we're going to have a KTM podium.
I like it. Scotty?
I'm going to go ET for the win. He's going to bounce back. I'm going to say Cooper Webb second and AP third.
Okay, those are our picks. You could go to our Discord channel. Go to MotoXpod.com, click on the Discord channel. and put your picks in there, or you can email us if you want, motoxpodshow@gmail.com. Send us your picks, and we could do like a little race tech. I think I have a race tech certificate here for a discount. We'll give away one of those to, if anybody gets it dead on, we'll give that away. If multiple people get it dead on, we'll do a drawing. But send us your picks, motoxpodshow@gmail.com, or jump in the Discord channel and click on the FXR Picks, and we'll pick a winner. All right. Anything else, guys, before we wrap this show up?
Oh, it's been a good show.
How do you know? What if our listeners hated it? What if it's the
Well,
worst
then
show
they're
they've
wrong.
ever?
Then they're wrong.
Then they're wrong. Fair enough. We also still have shirts left. We have the new
Just a
Thrasher
few.
magazine
Get 'em while you can.
style, and we have the standard MotoXpod logo shirts. I have a few of those left. If you want a shirt,
Better get them now.
DM me, DarksideMX3 on Instagram.
They're actually really cool shirts.
Yeah,
I
they
wore
really
one
are.
of
They're
these
really
too.
nice. They have been going fast, so not that many
Can
left.
I have one?
Did I not give you one?
No, sir.
Oh, you weren't here that week. Oh, yes, you can have one.
You said.
Yep.
I get one.
Yep, you get one. Okay, I want to thank our guests, Aaron Plessinger and Kyle Chisholm. I want to thank Yamaha Motor USA, Race Tech, Guts Racing, X-Brand Goggles, T-Bolt USA, Renthal, Acherebees, Grill Your Ass Off, FXR, ETS Racing Fuels. I want to thank Start Your Systems and Kellen Brower for trying to share the love of the shows and Moto on Wednesday nights. Anything else before we go, boys?
Nope.
Good. We're out. We'll be back next week.